I'm going to predict that this Clayface movie is going to be better than all 3 Venom movies, better than Madam Web, better than Morbius, better than Craven, better than all of these Sony attempts to do this shit. Do you think that's a wild prediction?
No, I don't.
No.
No,
Okay.
That's not a prediction at all. It's kind of like a certainty.
It's a spoiler. Spoiler warning. Shit gets delayed all the time.
Sure.
And sometimes they give you the real reason, and sometimes they don't.
Well, most time they lie.
And that's what I think that's happening here.
Okay.
So they said that the hope is that the sequel will perform much better at the start of the summer rather than in a busy October frame. Do you really think that the same audience that is waiting in line to go see the Mortal Kombat movie is also waiting in line to go see a motherfucking Bruce Springsteen biopic?
Is he still alive?
Who the fuck knows? A movie called Straw. Back in our day, this would have been a straight to DVD movie, right? Now it's a straight to streaming. I think all the budget went for one actor in this movie. Critic score for this movie, Straw, is 54%. The audience score for this movie is 70%. Who got it right?
I still go with the audience.
Really?
Yeah.
I go with the critics.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Because here's why. If Cap had kids in this past timeline, why would he return to the other timeline?
Maybe he hated his kids.
Andrew Garfield was a better Spider-Man than Tobey. All right. Welcome to Only Comics. I'm Mike. That's Adrian.
What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Another beautiful day in New England, boy.
It is, dude. It is. Low 70s right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Still sliders and shorts weather.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm always like, you're wearing shorts today? I'm like, of course I'm wearing
Of course.
shorts today, dude. Yeah, I got another 2 months of shorts, bro.
Between 40 and whatever the fuck is above that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe when you get up to like Arizona weather, you might want to start throwing some long sleeves on.
Okay.
But traditionally, between 40 and 100, I'm in shorts.
Yep.
Love it,
dude. Anything above 100, Speedos. Breaking out the Speedos. No, maybe not. Maybe
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
Dude, we had the live Friday, Adrian. Everybody was asking for you, dude. Everyone said, where's Adrian? I'm like, bro, it was late. It was like 8, 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
like,
it's past my exactly. Past my bedtime.
Yeah, but he's up at like 3 in the morning, bro. Adrian works on a weird, you like Batman almost, weird schedule.
There you go.
But dude, not everybody. It was a good chunk of people came through. Bro Man was in the house.
Nice.
Sekmat was in the house. He couldn't get the camera working or some shit, but he was there. John Bon Von was in there. There was 5 kids. My man's like feeding his kids dinner. They're jumping in the dude. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Cool.
Bro Man's up in the spot, bro. He got a little warning because he was. I think he had the balls in the lettuce, bro. Maybe. But no, it was good shit. And honestly, the more I see Bro Man, I'm like, bro, if we grew up in the same area, we would have been boys. Like, I think he's cut from the same cloth, Adrian. Okay. But it was a good time, so appreciate everybody that checked in. We'll be back this Friday, 7 p.m. I know there was some audio issues. We're working through it, dude. Like I said, this is our second one. We're all going to be a little fucked up right now, dude. We're just going to get better each time.
Yep.
I mean, you go back to the early shows, we had none of this shit, dude.
None of it.
I couldn't even afford the claws, bro. We had nothing. We're sitting in the corner on some white tables, and some leftover cameras we stole, maybe. And here we are now, dude.
Yep.
We're making improvements. But there's a lot going on, dude. So we'll get into some news, Adrian.
All right.
Let's see. There we go. Boom. Yep. Get into some news. There's some DC. Remember a long time ago on this show where we would only talk about Marvel stuff?
We've never done that. We talked heavily about Marvel stuff and a little bit of DC shit.
Because that was all that was in the news.
Right. DC was doing dick at the time.
They did not have their balls in the lettuce.
They did not.
Had no lettuce. But
or balls.
Yeah, or no balls. But now they're growing them, dude. They finally dropped.
There you go.
But now it's like the news is somewhat split. So for the first time in a while, we're going to start with some Batman news. Not necessarily Batman, more Clayface. But there was some early set photos kind of gave us a little glimpse of how Clayface may look in this movie that's coming next year.
Okay.
Now, first of all, Clayface as a Batman villain. Where I got some data here, or data, if you will. But before we look at this, where would you rank Clayface as a Batman villain? Like, is he I mean, obviously Joker's probably number 1, right?
Sure.
Is he a top 5, top 10, 15, 20? Like, what? Before I even give you names, what do you think?
I'm thinking maybe top 10 to 15.
Okay. All right. Well, you're right. You're right. And going through this, it really speaks to that whole idea of Batman, and I think Batman and Spider-Man, I think, have the best rogue galleries in comics.
Correct.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I don't know. There's some other ones that are really good, but individual characters, and when you're in best villain, I don't know what makes the best villain. Someone that is a threat to the hero, right? He doesn't just, he isn't easily defeated.
Right. A continuous threat.
Absolutely. And I think they need to be intriguing and interesting. There's some villains that are just so bland, vanilla, like Dar-Ben in the Marvels or some shit. Like, ugh.
What?
Exactly. See? You don't even remember.
Now, you have villains that are exceptional villains, right?
Yep.
Like a Doom. But when you talk about rogue gallery, you're talking about the number of villains that's constantly going after these cats, right? And you're right, Spider-Man and Batman are those that have the most. But then you have like a single exception. Yeah. Like it's almost like Doom is being wasted being the villain for the Fantastic Four.
Right.
You know?
Right. Absolutely. So I got a list here of what I think Batman's top 15 villains are. Okay. So we're gonna see if I think you're right. Well, you are right. Spoiler. Clayface is in the top 15. So number 15 is
Clayface.
Nope. It is Hugo Strange. I think he's one that gets left out a lot.
Who is that?
You don't. Oh, damn, Adrian. I hate to do that to you. You don't like to do that to them, not you. But you don't know who Hugo Strange is. He's the old psychiatrist. He was an early Batman foe. So, anyways, you got Hugo Strange. He's 15. Killer Croc, 14. Pretty solid villain. Clayface is number 13. I think that's pretty accurate. I'm okay with that. Number 12 is Talia al Ghul. You know, his villain / baby mama, depending on what.
Only 12?
Only 12.
I thought she'd be a little higher than that.
Well, dude, the problem is he's got some hitters, bro.
Yeah, you know? that's true.
Like
that is
a number 12 for Batman is like a number 2 for most other characters, right? Number 11, speaking of, Mr. Freeze.
Okay.
Harley Quinn's number 10.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Poison Ivy's number 9. Scarecrow, Jonathan Crane, number 8. I'd probably put Poison Ivy above.
I was just going to say that. I would flip-flop those two.
And this is, to be clear, this is a ChatGPT list, dude. I'm about the AI, dude. I get down with the AI, bro. I feel like I'm Tony Stark in there when I'm typing out these prompts to like, yo, give me this list. Now, I know it's nothing near like, Jarvis or Ultron. Right. But it's pretty close to.
No, I mean, I'm dipping into it every once in a while too. Like when I do development and stuff. Yeah. You know, I'll ask it to say, "Hey, I got this scenario," and it spits out this thing, and I just sit back and chuckle. Yeah. Like it would probably have taken me multiple steps or hours to do the same shit.
Correct. Absolutely.
That's how you use AI. It's not going to take your electrical or your plumbing job.
No, definitely not.
Yet.
Yeah, not yet. But somebody who knows how to use it might. Yeah. You know, that's the thing. But to your point with this, I asked ChatGPT to rank these villains by appearances, popularity, appearances in live action, like how popular the villain is to me from a comic book fan is indication of how or where that person would rank on that list. Sure. You know? And I think it did a pretty good job. Yeah, some minor changes, but so Bane, number 7, not fucking Tom Hardy, little fella Bane.
Wait a minute, what happened to who's 11?
11 was Mr. Freeze. Harley Quinn's 10. Poison Ivy's 9.
Okay, got it.
Scarecrow 8, Bane 7, Ra's al Ghul, number 6.
Makes sense.
Yep. Now the top 5, Adrian. Two-Face, Harvey Dent, number 5.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I would put Ra's al Ghul over Harvey Dent.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I could see either side of that. The Riddler's number 4.
Now that's crazy to me.
Really?
Because you got to think about the Riddler that I grew up with was like kind of comical. He was like I don't know.
It's a little bit of a joke.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a joke. So that's interesting. Yeah. The Riddler is up that high.
Got it. I'm down with it. I like it. And maybe it's taking it, it's looking at obviously the newer movie, The Batman, and his relevance there. I think that probably moved him up the list somewhat.
Okay. Makes sense.
Speaking of The Penguin, number 3.
Okay.
I guarantee you that moved him up the list, right? Although he was, in Batman Returns too, one of my favorite Christmas movies, Adrian. Yeah. Catwoman's number 2, Selena Kyle. And number 1, no surprises here, the Joker.
Right.
So I have mixed feelings about this Clayface movie. Here's why. You asked why. You didn't ask why, but I think you were thinking it.
I did, but
yeah.
It's good to hear you reflect my questions.
Hey, edit it in, use AI, make it look like Adrian asked me why. But here's why I have mixed feelings. I as far as what I've heard about the movie itself, I like it.
Okay.
Horror movie. Clayface in this movie is a Hollywood B-list movie actor. He injects himself with some substance to kind of keep himself relevant, right? You don't want to age out. You don't want to miss out on roles because you're too, old looking, right? Which then kind of fucks him up and turns him into this, Clayface monster. He can now shapeshift, but he's forever cursed. I think his, natural state is a fucking glob of clay.
Okay.
So from that sounds great. Sounds interesting. I like horror movies.
Are you going to say that you don't like this because there's no Batman in it?
Yes. Because I got to, as the kids say, stand on business, Adrian.
Right.
I've said this several times.
Yes, you have.
I don't want to see a fucking Venom movie with no Spider-Man, a Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, a Joker movie with no Batman, Lady Gaga, all this fucking nonsense. We're in Gotham. Where's Batman?
Right.
We're in New York. Where's Spider-Man? What the fuck are we doing? So there's that part of it. I go,
right.
Why? Are they going to fall down the same shitty ass path that Sony did with their Spider-Man villain movies and no Spider-Man? Or is this because it takes place in the DCU and will eventually lead to a Batman? Do you think James Gunn, the DCU crew, do you think they're going to cook with this movie?
I think they will cook with the movie as a standalone movie.
Yeah.
I agree with you about the Batman component. It's like you shouldn't even name a movie a Batman villain movie without the Batman in it. However, I'm kind of contradicting myself because, well, the Penguin show.
Yes.
That movie was so outstanding. And we didn't even get Batman. We just got like the little light symbol
at the end.
Right, at the very end of the movie and shit. So that movie, that whole show was able to go stand on its own without Batman at all. Okay. So I'm thinking, I'm willing to waive, we don't need the superhero in the movie, in the supervillain movie, if the movie is a good movie. It just so happens that a lot of times a lot of the shit is not. Craven, that was probably the better of the Sony movies that they did, right?
Yeah.
But then you got, the other shit.
Fucking Madam Web.
Venom garbage. 1. Venom,
Venom 2. Yeah. Venom 3. Fucking Venom 4. No, they finally stopped. I mean, Morbius, all kinds of shit.
They were just shit movies.
Yes.
So we can have the movie as long as it's a good movie. That's what I'm saying.
Correct. So the reason this is in the news, you also ask, maybe.
Yes.
Yes. It's not just to ponder my thoughts of the movie, a little bit. But the reason it hit the news is there's some set photos. And think about the world we live in now, dude. Back in the day, they were shooting a movie. You didn't even fucking know half the time until you saw the first trailer.
Right.
Now it's like they haven't even started filming yet. There's set photos of the set without anybody on set yet, just like some of the props, like the graffiti on the walls and the Gotham Herald. So there's a newspaper in here. And you ask, what does this have to do with why are we talking about this? That we may have gotten our first
Another question that I answered, I asked without asking.
Yeah, dude, we're connected, bro. We have a lot. We've just established before we are both mutants.
Yes.
We have mutant abilities. So and one of those abilities may be a little psychic link there, Adrian.
Okay.
Or maybe they're asking, and I'm picking up on that. I'm picking up on something.
Yeah.
But why is it in the news? So on set, there's a little newspaper rack. Remember newspaper racks? Machines, you put a dollar. I always thought this was crazy as a kid. Like you put whatever it was, 25 cents in there. You open it up, and you're supposed to take one.
Right.
But there's stacks of those motherfuckers.
Which some people do take the stack and then go sell them.
Yes.
So
there you go. So hopefully that doesn't happen here in Gotham. But on this newspaper, there's a little glimpse. So we're gonna go to the super source here. Boom. They're like, what the fuck super source? Doesn't matter. Look at this. Gotham Herald. See this fella here in the little corner? We're gonna do a little zoom in on that. I'm wondering if that may be the first little glimpse of Clayface.
I hope it's Clayface and not anybody else.
Yo, that's a good point. Yo, if it's somebody else,
right?
The fuck's going on there? But dude, I'm down with it.
Yeah.
It's not because that was one. I guess the other thing that made me a little hesitant about this movie is how do you do Clayface in live action and not have like really bad CGI or not like make it too goofy over the top. Oh shit, I'm breaking stuff here.
Well, you pick up from the success of the Penguin.
There you go.
Because Penguin, that makeup, he was almost a fucking Clayface.
Right. And it also was like more practical. It wasn't, it wasn't a dude with penguin fins and
a beak.
It was someone with just a disfigured face.
Yeah.
Which, shit, you go to certain places around, you go to Walmart at the right time, you'll see someone with that. So that's why I try to refrain from Walmart, dude. I got a rule, bro. Like, we have to absolutely really fucking need something bad for me to step foot in Walmart. Because Target's right across the street.
Right.
Well, I say, you'll pay more. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm good. I pay not to go to Walmart. What's that to do with this? Nothing, Adrian. Because like my shirt says, this is Only Comics, where we discuss comics and only comics.
Yep. And the other stuff is in black.
Oh, you're saying there might be some other stuff?
There might be some other stuff.
Speaking of, dude, nice white on black shirt or black whatever. I don't know. The math ain't mathin'.
The math ain't mathin'.
Where can you get these shirts? You all asked? They asked that.
Yeah, they asked that.
Onlycomicsmerch.com.
There you go.
All right. So, Clayface, based off of what I told you so far, Adrian, if you had to, on a scale from 1 to 10, how interested are you in seeing this movie?
I'm more curious than interested.
All right.
If it shows up, it shows up. I'll watch it. If it doesn't, I won't miss it.
Okay. So what would you, is that a 5 right in the middle?
3.
3. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So it has to like literally pop up on your screen.
Like, pretty much. Like a ad or something.
Okay. All right. I think what's made me more interested, I'd probably say I'm like a 5 or 6 on this. And the part that has me more interested, like it sounds like an entertaining movie, but it's the whole DCU inclusion. That's the part that has me more interested. It's somehow it's part of this Batman story that's being told in the DCU. So we'll see.
Well, what makes it intriguing is how they are weaving it into a storyline.
Yeah.
So they dropping this with the newspaper. So that's like a little drop here. I'm sure they're gonna drip this thing like a drip campaign. They're gonna drip this thing until the movie comes out, and I'm interested how they are positioning it.
Yeah.
So that it is actually more interesting.
Yeah. One thing I like to do here is compare things, and a lot of people think I shouldn't, and I don't really think about what they think about what I should do. So I'm going to compare things. I also like to predict things, and people are like, you shouldn't do that either. I don't give a fuck. I like to. I like to have fun, Adrian. It's like everyone's so uptight. Like, don't compare. Don't do that. Man, don't compete. Why not?
Right.
Someone wins, someone loses.
Absolutely.
Well, there are different type of movies. I don't care. If I could enjoy something more than I don't enjoy everything the same.
Well, in our world, there's a first, second, and third place.
There you go.
And everybody gets a purple ribbon.
Everyone. I don't play by those games. So, but I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to say this, and we'll find out in, September. So this movie drops September 11th of 2026. So we'll find out then. I'm going to predict that this Clayface movie is going to be better than all 3 Venom movies. Better than Madam Web, better than Morbius, better than Craven, better than all of these Sony attempts to do this shit.
Combined,
multiply. But I think it will be better than all those movies. You think that's a wild prediction?
No, I don't.
No, okay.
That's not a prediction at all. That's kind of like a certainty.
It's a spoiler. Spoiler warning.
There you go.
Anyways, next up. So we talked about Batman, his rogue gallery. The second best, or I don't know We'll find out after this who has the best rogue gallery between Spider-Man, and Batman. I'm going to give you Spider-Man's top 15 villains. I used the same math. Right here, the math is mathing. I used the same math, same prompt in the AI, and here's what we came up with. Number 15, Spider-Man's top 15 villains. Hobgoblins, number 15.
Okay.
Morbius, speaking of Morbius, Michael Morbius himself, the living vampire, is number 14. Chameleon is number 13. Shocker is number 12. Black Cat Felicia Hardy is number 11. Kraven the Hunter, number 10. So you start to get to, top tier. Number 9, Rhino. Number 8, the Vulture. We saw Michael Keaton play in Homecoming. Number 7 is Mysterio, Quentin Beck. Number 6, your boy Kingpin, Wilson Fisk. And I have a question about him later because somebody said something stupid online, believe it or not. Crazy.
Not stupid.
No. Number 5, Sandman, Flint Marko. Number 4, the Lizard, Kurt Connors, good old Professor Connors. Number 3, Venom, Eddie Brock. Number 2, Doc Ock. And number 1, no surprise, Green Goblin, Norman Osborn. You think anyone's missing from there?
Where's the Shocker?
Shocker is number 12.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I think they pretty much got everyone. I mean, you have some people, you got Scorpion, Tombstone, they left out. I mean, Carnage, but Carnage is he more tied to a Venom.
Right.
Mr. Negative, I just think he's newer. Or maybe more popular, newer because of the Spider-Man game. But I think they nailed it.
Yeah.
Now, the ultimate question. Who has the better rogue gallery? That was Spider-Man's. We went over Batman's a little bit earlier. Who do you think?
I'm going to go with Batman.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think because of that top 15 range, like the ones outside of the 10 are better on Batman's list.
Yeah.
Like you got Hugo Strange, Killer Clayface, Talia al Ghul, Mr. Freeze not even break the top 10. And I'd take all of those over Shocker, Chameleon, Morbius, Hobgoblin.
Right.
I mean, Felicia Hardy is probably the top of those 5, but the rest of them, I go Batman.
Yeah. Also Spider-Man, but true to Spider-Man, most of his villains are just street thugs.
Yeah.
That found some
tech.
A
lot of them, yeah. Yep.
They found some tech. There's nothing special about them other than they got lucky and found some shit that can make them do more of what they already was doing.
Right.
Hitting people over the head with a crowbar, smashing windows and shit.
Absolutely. But still pretty impressive rogue gallery, which is why they're, 2 of the top most popular characters.
I'm surprised Sandman is not higher. Number
5.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to bring up about Kingpin Wilson Fisk, I said this a few weeks ago on the show, and then there's always one naysayer online. And I, Adrian, unlike some people, I listen to my haters, okay?
Sure.
Because you can learn from them, right? Sometimes there is some truth in what they're saying. Sometimes there's some bullshit. I think this one is bullshit. But I'm going to ask you to wait because I don't want to be blinded by myself, okay? So I said that Kingpin started out as a Spider-Man villain in the comics.
Yeah.
But I said that he became more of a Daredevil, Matt Murdock villain as the years gone on. Like right now, if you ask me, I know he's number 6 here, but if you ask me about Wilson Fisk, Kingpin, who are his, biggest opposers, I would say Daredevil first. If I asked you who Daredevil's main opponent, main foe was, I would say, or if I asked myself, I'd say Kingpin. So let's start with there. Is there a Matt Murdock Daredevil villain that you would put above Wilson Fisk?
No. However, I think Kingpin is still a Spider-Man villain as opposed to a Daredevil villain, even though Kingpin is Daredevil's biggest opponent. So 2 things can't be true at the same time.
Are you saying currently he's more of a...
Well, not currently because that's how they're portraying him.
And that was my point.
Right.
Yeah.
Currently, yes, because in Kingpin's world today, Spider-Man doesn't even exist.
Correct.
Right. So he cannot be, his nemesis.
Yep.
But traditionally, right, Kingpin is a Spider-Man villain, but Kingpin is to Spider-Man what Daredevil is to Kingpin.
Okay.
So
that's
how I look at it.
Okay. But overall, right, overall, you'd say he's a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
But recently, last probably 10, 15 years, he's been portrayed more as a Daredevil.
Well, he's been portrayed only as a Daredevil.
Only, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And just like you said about how, because we were talking about Batman's villains and how some of them have bubbled up over the years. Well, it's because of the recent shit.
Correct.
The Penguin is this little cat.
Yep.
Right? But now, because of the popularity of the movies and blah, 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 and we've only seen him in certain things, right? Well, we've only seen Daredevil with Kingpin. We have not seen him with Spider-Man at all. So therefore, today he's more relevant as a Daredevil thing as opposed to a Spider-Man thing.
See, I fucking knew that guy didn't know what he was talking about, Adrian. I knew it.
Well, he's kind of right.
Why did I bring up all of these villains, Adrian, you ask?
Yes. Question number 5 today.
So I'm talking about Spider-Man because Spider-Man Brand New Day is something we talk about almost every week here, I don't know if I have more fun before the movies come out, talking about it up to the movies, or after reviewing it. I'm not sure. I think they're both kind of fun in their own ways.
Absolutely, because before is all speculation.
Yeah.
You can make up whatever the fuck you want to make. It's like you going people watching.
Correct.
Oh, I bet that person does this and they do this, blah, blah, blah. But then you meet them and you're either shocked or you're disappointed.
Yes. And that's kind of what happens when you watch the movie. You're shocked or disappointed. So I don't think we'll be disappointed with Spider-Man Brand New Day. I was talking about this on the live on Friday. I don't know that there is an actual bad Spider-Man movie. There's some that aren't as good. But
Garfield.
You would say it's actually bad.
No, I won't say it's bad. To me, it is. I agree. There are no bad Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Like, he may be one of the only on-screen heroes that you could say that about. That has more than 2 or 3 movies.
Sure.
You get 2 movies. Oh, yeah, this is a bad one. Dude, it's just fucking 2. Relax. Spider-Man's got 3, 5, 6, 7 so far. If you don't count that bullshit from the 70s or whatever that was.
Right. And then you got him interacting in other movies.
Other movies too,
and so on and so forth.
Yeah. So, I mean, Thor has bad, fucking one atrocious goddamn movie. And my boy Batman, as much as I'm a Batman glazer, Adrian, but Batman has some bad movies.
Sure.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
So, do I think that trend is going to stop with Brand New Day? No, I think it'd be another good movie, no matter where it ranks. Who knows? But the reason I bring up these villains is we've reported a lot of villains that are rumored for this Spider-Man Brand New Day movie. Scorpion, Tombstone, fucking Tarantula. You gotta have Spider-Man and a tarantula, really? Boomerang, fucking Ramrod, the Hulk.
Damn.
Right? Hulk's been, even the Punisher. I don't think he's gonna show up.
Wait a minute, just in Spider-Man?
Just in Spider-Man so far.
Wow.
So before I give you the back half of this, Adrian, hearing that all those villains are gonna be in this movie, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a little too much.
Yeah. Especially for him to be coming out of a situation where nobody knows who he is and stuff.
Yep.
So it's all of a sudden, well, I mean, when Batman came on the scene, the premise could be nobody knows who he is. Does nobody know who he is, or Spider-Man doesn't exist in this movie?
No, nobody knows who Peter Parker is.
They don't know who that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
They don't know that.
Okay.
And they don't know who Peter Parker is if you just don't know who he is at
all.
all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man still exists.
Spider-Man still exists.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, because traditionally you have crime, and then a Batman shows up, and then the crime goes down.
True.
It could be a situation where there is no Spider-Man or no kind of masked, vigilante, and crime is rampant. So you got all these cats.
Yeah.
The Wrecking Ball and fucking Tarantula and all these other kind of dudes, right? Ramrod. So you got these guys, this is, the city is, a candy store.
Right.
And then Spider-Man shows up on the scene and then crime goes down. So it could be that premise. But initial thoughts, it's a lot of people.
All right. Let me give you the second half. I was sandbagging you. Okay. So I was setting you up a little bit. Despite the fact that there's 8 villains right now rumored for this. They're even saying Punisher may have some type of female sidekick. A good amount of those villains are only going to be in the movie for an opening montage, similar to the Fantastic Four, where we saw them fighting Giganto, we saw them fighting Mole Man, just to bring us up to speed. Because think about Spider-Man No Way Home, that came out a handful of years ago. So it's been years since we've seen what Peter Parker's been doing.
Right.
And to your point, if he's still Spider-Man, well, shit's still going on. So what they've said is that these villains are going to be used to kind of catch us up to speed with what Spider-Man's been doing since he's been out on his own, since no one fucking knows who he is. So it's going to almost act like that opening montage of Fantastic Four, where we get a little bit of like an origin in the beginning of the movie.
I think that's cool.
It's great. Yeah.
They stole it from Madam Web, though. They was like, okay, so we disappointed them with this fucking montage instead of actually having the people in there. Let's repurpose it.
They stole it from Madam Web.
My jokes were bad.
Another thing about this Spider-Man Brand New Day movie is, actually, let me ask you a question. Who do you think is one of the best action stunt actors? So meaning someone who does their own stunts.
Tom Cruise.
Okay, legit?
Legit.
He's badass. All right. Anyone else come to mind?
Not a single person.
What about this fella by the name of Jackie Chan? He's done all his own stunts for like 100 years.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I didn't know this. Maybe you didn't either. I'm assuming you didn't. You tell me if I'm wrong. Did you know that Jackie Chan has his own stunt team?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Learned something new here.
Right?
Look at that. So there we go. He has his own stunt team. He's had his own stunt team since about 1976.
Damn.
He put this together after one movie, Snake in the Eagle's Shadow, and Drunken Man. He did 2 movies. This is back in his, old Hong Kong days. Did these 2 movies. They became a superstar over there. And what he did right off the bat was made his own stunt team. Originally, it was a crew of like martial artists, acrobat friends, because, he's a legit martial artist. Naturally, you're in that business. You probably know other legit, and then it kind of grew into like a professional rotating family of elite stuntmen. He's used them on all of his own projects. Going back to stuff in the 80s, Police Story, Drunken Master 2, Rumble in the Bronx. That was that first Hollywood crossover. The Rush Hour trilogy. He's actually even had members of his team, Adrian, work on one of your favorite movie. I was going to say movie series, but I think you mostly like the first one, The Matrix.
Yeah.
He's assisted on that, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. And his prior to this Spider-Man Brand New Day movie that the stunt team's working on, they also worked on Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings.
Sure, makes sense.
It does. And when you think about this movie, when I first read this, I was like, oh shit. I'm not going to lie to you. During a few scenes, I did get some like Rush Hour Jackie Chan vibes in that movie. And now it makes a lot more sense. You remember the scene in Shang-Chi where Sean, they called him at the time, and Katie are fighting on the scaffolding outside of the building early on in the movie?
Yes.
They're outside of a skyscraper, right? And that whole acrobatic type fighting, this whole danger of falling, people coming everywhere. It reminded me a lot of Rush Hour 2. Remember the whole bamboo scaffolding?
Yeah.
Chinese bamboo is very strong, and then it breaks and shit. So it makes sense. And it's funny, the movies are 20 years apart, but the same team worked on both. So you see little bits of this whole Jackie Chan DNA in this movie, and now it makes more sense. I say that to tell you that they are working on this Spider-Man Brand New Day movie. Tom Holland, a lot like Jackie Chan, not as extreme, but Tom does. Now, Jackie Chan, for a long time, did all of his own stunts. Right. Tom does a good amount, but in a much safer, atmosphere. So I think that's a pretty cool detail, dude, having that team working with the Spider-Man team.
Well, not only that, but think about what's happening here. So when Jackie Chan comes on into a movie, he's not only getting paid, but his stunt team is getting paid, of which he also gets a part of that.
Oh, yeah.
But more importantly, they've been working together for so long. They have like us, we read each other's minds and stuff, right?
Yep.
So they have this relationship where they inherently know each other, their capabilities, their limitations. Because when you're an actor, I'm assuming, I'm not an actor, but when you're an actor, you might hide some things from producers because, it might make you get paid less.
Yep.
Right? So if, my back's fucked up, I'm not going to tell the producer because he might not put me in this certain scene, which is a $20 million shot. That kind of bullshit.
Right.
So the team can cover, let's say, because you sitting around, you're having dinner, you're talking, oh, my back hurts, and then they go compensate for that in the shots and in the moves and stuff like that. Or they bring in somebody else that can do that shit. So from a money perspective, very cool. Well, first of all, the fact that he had the foresight to think about that is very cool.
Yeah.
Then the money thing, and then the safety thing, and then the family thing. So I think all that's cool.
It's a good deal. You ever seen a movie, Police Story?
Yeah.
The stunt in there, towards the end of the movie, where he slides down this pole with all these lights. There's all this explosion.
Wait a minute, this is Jackie Chan movie?
Yes.
I'm thinking about like the old 70s shit.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, it's the old 70s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull this up, dude, because you talk about safety. Oh, hold on, we gotta mute this because they'll fucking ruin our shit. Talk about safety. Now, they've come a long way since this point in time. And reason I want to show this is how fucking crazy Jackie Chan is. Check this out. I'm gonna show you the scene first and then tell you what the fuck happened behind it. So there he is. Jackie Chan was young back then. So he just pole with all these lights on there. So these lights were hanging on there for a while before the shot. Heated up the fucking pole. These explosions are real. The pole is like hot enough to burn his hands. So he's sliding down. He actually was almost killed here. Now, and this is the original shot that they used for the movie. And he's falling through the glass from pretty high up. I think it was like 60 feet or whatever. He ended up doing it twice because he didn't like the angle of the shot. Now, let me tell you what the fuck happened here. So the pole's about 2 stories tall. It's wrapped in real electric light bulbs. This ain't like this shit you buy at Home Depot now where they're on for 4 days and you can't feel them. These motherfuckers get hot, dude.
Right.
Remember when you'd have to turn the light off for like 20 minutes before you change the light bulb back in the day?
Yep.
Now you take that bitch out. It's like magic.
So he slides. Power of LED.
Yeah, absolutely. They didn't have that shit back then in the 70s or 85 was when this movie. All right, so not 70s, but still. So he jumps, grabs the pole, slides straight down. These lights explode. He crashes through a glass pane. The lights heated the pole during setup. The metal was scorching fucking hot. He didn't wear any gloves or anything. His hands were severely burned. He broke several bones, dislocated his pelvis, gave him burns and back injuries. Damn. The doctor said he could have easily been paralyzed or even killed him if he landed wrong. He did it twice because he didn't like the first fucking angle. And this is one of the most replayed shots ever. And so his stunt team at the time called it the most dangerous stunt in Hong Kong action history.
Wow.
He is a badass motherfucker, dude.
And I mean, on the surface, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't.
No, you would never know.
But yeah. I mean, you don't think about things like the fucking lights heating up the metal.
Correct.
Right?
Yep. And then, dude, you're sliding down. It's 2 stories. So what are you going to do? Let go?
Right.
So now imagine you have to hold on to this pole now while it's burning your hands so you don't let go and die while you're getting all fucked up.
Right. But the other thing about it is that not only is it hot, but you're sliding down a pole. What happened? I mean, friction.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That shit's also heating up.
Oh, it would have been hot anyways. Oh, yeah. God, remember those slides back in the day?
Yeah.
Dude, I went down those like once and I was like, fuck that, bro. That's
also, if you noticed over the years, the slides have gotten shorter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're shorter and they're plastic now.
Yep.
As opposed to the 3-story slides that we used to fucking try to ride bikes down.
Yes.
That kind of craziness.
Well, at least riding a bike, you didn't burn yourself.
Oh,
holy shit. And then they weren't like slippery. So you'd get like if you had shorts or something on, you'd have to scoot down that bitch while you're burning your, I felt like Jackie Chan almost, but not quite.
And because the audience is going to ask,
yes,
how do you get a bike on the top of a 3-story slide?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You carry that fucker up on your shoulder and you get on it and you do the dumb shit.
Yes.
And the trick is trying not to fall down left or right, right? Straight down.
Yep.
And successfully navigating down this slippery ass thing. Well, it's not slippery to the skin, but it's slippery to a bike tire, right?
Yep.
So that was the trick. Taking it up to the top, getting the bike, you sitting on the bike, and then launching and successfully going down without falling left or right off a 3-story,
It's great.
Nostalgia, dude.
It's almost as, speaking of nostalgia, we got other stuff coming up. And dude, we're going to dive into, I got a story about Vince McMahon, bro. I got like the origin story of Vince. I also have a deep dive into 1991. We started 90 last week, dude. So a lot of people love that. So we're going year by year. But the talk about nostalgia and bike riding. Riding downstairs was always fun, well, until it wasn't.
That was never fun, man. And they don't have these nice shock absorbers, built into the bike that you don't see anymore.
Yeah,
we didn't even have the shock absorbers that they put on the outside that they did later on in the years. Okay, no, we just had metal on metal. Going down some stairs, dude. Yep. And then
what would happen a lot of times, and this happened to me, I had this bike. It was a red line. It was a freestyle bike, so it was heavier. And we're going down these stairs, and they were like long stairs, big old slabs. And dude, there was probably fucking 15 of them. So it would be like you ride a little and then stair. Yep. And then when you get towards the end, they're a little bit closer. So I had, of course, metal pedals, right? Because you didn't want no plastic bullshit back then. So I had these metal fucking pedals with these like spikes on them, pretty much,
to keep your sneakers from slipping. Yep. What did you have, the banana seat or did you have the single seat?
No, I had the single seat.
Okay.
Yep. No, it wasn't sitting on no bananas, no Diddy. So I'm going down these stairs, dude, and of course my shoe slips off. And then when one slips off, now the pedals are swinging around.
That pedal catch you?
Oh, dude, the pedals are on my shins. I'm on this seat, bro. And I'm like, I'm getting it, bro. And nut shots after nut shot after nut shot. I thought it's like I was fighting Squirrel Girl. And then the fucking pedals in my shins over and over down the whole set. And I'm holding on like this. Oh shit, fuck. Yeah, it was great. It was fucking phenomenal. So.
Yo, forget the nut shots, man. The pedals, because it was designed to keep your foot from slipping, right? Yeah. So they were like almost like imagine a thicker Gillette razor blade, right? Oh, the part that, because it was like this, the ridges, and that was some heavy duty shit. Besides the fact, I mean, the nut shots, they didn't have cushion seats. No. Well, at least we didn't. No. No cushion seats or no kind of compression. Seats, it was just, again, metal on metal with a little bit of leather on top of it.
Yep. So it was not it was a bloody afternoon, Adrian. It was a bloody afternoon. You know what else is bloody? Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay, yes.
You had a Mortal Kombat machine down the hall, dude. Mortal Kombat was the shit. We talked about the old movie from the 90s last week. Mortal Kombat 2. So back in 2021, they kind of rebooted this Mortal Kombat cinematic universe. First of a few movies, allegedly. That movie was mid. My biggest issue, you haven't seen that, have you?
No.
I think you would like it because you are not a Mortal Kombat purist like myself. So it's like the comic shit. When they change shit, it pisses me off because this is what we had.
Well, see, I always saw like what are them fucking the costume crime fighting kids?
Power Rangers?
Yeah, the Power Rangers. Them fuckers. So they were like a remake of like Ultraman from the 60s and 70s to me. So I never watched them because I saw the originals.
Gotcha.
So by the time Mortal Kombat comes around, I've seen, I don't know how many fucking Chinese martial artists jump over a forest or jump over a river and run across the treetops. Mortal Kombat can't do shit with that. So I had no interest in it. So that's why I didn't watch this shit, because I had seen in my mind, all the original stuff.
Did you play the games?
Nope.
No. Okay. Nope. So and that makes sense. If you played the games, you wanted to see the movies. If you didn't, you probably had no interest.
Right.
But it was when the games came out, they were a big deal because there was blood in these games. They were violent, and it was unheard of in video games at that time. They were fucking banned in a lot of places. Like they caused a stir, as they say. But they fucked up the first movie, and they did some shit really well. The movie's bloody. It's gory. The fight scenes are phenomenal.
Mhm.
The CGI looks really good. Mortal Kombat is one. It's kind of like the comic book shit. Do they probably have a couple hundred characters to pick from?
Mhm.
Some really awesome characters that it's a fighting game, so you don't really. Not everyone knows all the lore behind them.
Sure.
And instead of making one of those characters the main character in this movie, they created one just for the movie.
Oh, wow.
And he's the most bland, boring, punk ass motherfucker you've ever see on screen in your life.
Wow.
In my opinion. So.
Sure.
But anyways, Mortal Kombat 2, they're doing the same shit. They're changing some shit. So they made and it's like race swapping stuff, dude. Wow. Jade, who in the game, I believe she's Asian. Mm-hmm. I don't know what country they say she comes from, but she's Asian. Mm-hmm. She has longer hair. Now she's black with short hair. Just cause?
Just cause.
Just cause. Like, not only did you change the race, now you changed a key component about her hair, too. So, like, now we're 2 for 2. Yo, at least when they changed Jim Gordon to Jeffrey Wright, he had the mustache and the look still.
Sure.
Right? At least they didn't give him, like, a fucking mohawk or dreadlocks or something. Yeah. Like, they kept the look. Mm-hmm. Here, they shaved my girl's head, changed her race. They dropped this trailer recently, and it went over like a post-shower shat, Adrian. Actually worse. Went over like, they say went over like a fart in church. It went over like you shat yourself in church.
Wow.
Yeah. So, sit with that visual for a second. Everyone's there, they get down on the pews, they're doing whatever, handing out the bread, whatever the fuck they're doing. Mm-hmm. And you just, bam, shat up in that piece. That's how this trailer went over. So now they're delaying the movie. It was supposed to come out October 24th of this year. Mm-hmm. Reason this is in the news is because I think they're on some bullshit. I think their explanation here is a fucking lie. But again, I want to get your take, make sure I'm not being, me.
You're doing a sanity, what we call a sanity check.
I'm doing a sanity check because, I'm reading this when I'm at home in my laboratory and, I'm getting all pissed off. So I want to make sure that I'm validated for it because I think they're full of shit.
Okay.
Because they dropped the trailer. It's supposed to come out October 24th, and now they just pushed it back to May 15th of next year. And the reason they're saying they're pushing this back...
Wait a minute, so was it drop October 24th of this year?
This year,
okay.
Yep, couple months, pushing it back to May.
All right.
Now, shit gets delayed all the time.
Sure.
And sometimes they give you the real reason, and sometimes they don't.
Well, most time they lie.
And that's what I think that's happening here.
Okay.
So they said that... the reason that they said this, the deadline, the hope is that the sequel will perform much better at the start of the summer rather than in a busy October frame. Busy meaning there's some other movies coming out. Now, here's what's coming out in October. Deliver Me From Nowhere. You ever heard of this? No, me neither. And a movie called Regretting You. Now, I guess Deliver Me From Nowhere is a Bruce Springsteen biopic. And the other one is a Colleen Hoover movie. Now, I don't know what the fuck this shit is. Do you really think that the same audience that is waiting in line to go see the Mortal Kombat movie is also waiting in line to go see a motherfucking Bruce Springsteen biopic?
Is he still alive?
Who the fuck knows?
I thought they only made movies about people after they died or some shit.
But do you think that's the same audience?
It is absolutely not the same audience.
So do you think there's any validity that they moved it because they didn't want to compete with the Bruce Springsteen biopic?
I agree with you. You call bullshit on that one.
Unfucking believable.
I need to make another a sound thing. Was you going to say?
Bullshit. Yo, you know what's funny? So we're rewatching Stranger Things, and there's an episode, those of y'all that have seen the show, where Nancy gets drunk with Steve, the kid with the hair. And then she says bullshit like 20 times. You're bullshit and that's bullshit. We're going to make that a fucking sound effect because that's what this is. Bullshit. Here's the funny part. They're moving it to a time where there are actually some movies that I think would pull from the audience. So Bruce Springsteen biopic and Colleen Hoover. You know who the fuck Colleen Hoover is?
No, I do not.
Never heard. Nope.
I don't even know who you are.
Not even. So they're moving it to a time where the week after Mortal Kombat 2 comes out, The Mandalorian and Grogu hits theaters. So The Mandalorian's a popular show.
It is.
I would assume there's some similar audience there, right?
You know why The Mandalorian is so popular?
Because Pedro Pascal's in it.
Well, they know he's in it.
Yep.
But his head ain't being shown.
I'm surprised they got that fucking helmet over his head. Holy shit. But that comes out the next week with Masters of the Universe, Toy Story 5, and Supergirl coming out in June.
Nobody will even see that fucking movie,
exactly.
dude.
So you're going to put it where there's even more competition?
Right.
You should drop that. No one's going to see this Bruce Springsteen shit. And if you're a Bruce Springsteen diehard, you know, I don't want to offend you, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I don't get down with that. So anyways, that's just funny. So you think it's bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Avengers Doomsday, another fun movie we're going to talk about for a while. We have been. No fights this week on set, allegedly. But there's a rumor that Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter, rumor that they've shot their scenes this past week. So there was some set photos of like some really old cars, an old little house that's supposed to be their house. So I think we are going to explore maybe some of that Steve going back in time and living out his life. It does sound like that's going to play into why Doom is here.
Good for him. You know, out of all of this shit, he gets to go back and enjoy some version of normal.
Yes.
You know, for him.
Right.
You know, his heart's desires and shit.
Now, the rumor this week is that Steve and Peggy are going to have some cheering in this, dude. It was banging.
Some cheering?
Yep. Yep. So, which is, if this is the case, we like to take rumors and talk about them as if they are true.
Hey, if they have kids, Super Soldier gets passed down. The kid can be the next Captain America, take it over from, you know.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
It's a possibility. Now, if they're having kids or if they had kids, Cap comes back. Now, if that's the case, I got some questions. So I actually think that's bullshit, but let's pretend it's real. They have kids. He comes back to our reality, gives Sam the shield. We saw all that. Because he went back and lived his life in a different universe, maybe that caused some incursions. Doom.
Universe or time? I thought he went back in time.
Oh, he went back in time. True.
So it's not an incursion thing.
No, because they didn't travel the multiverse.
No.
Now, maybe just fucking with the time also pissed Doom off.
Probably.
Who knows? I mean, it doesn't take much to piss Doom off. No. So that's a good point. Maybe the math ain't mathing on that. Because there's a difference between timelines and universes.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, this would probably more piss off Kang than Doom.
Right. Timeline only affects the current universe. Multiversal shit affects all.
Right.
Time and fucking space.
Yeah, because there was no indication that there was no talk of multiverse there. It was time travel.
But if you're a flat earther, it doesn't matter.
True. Yeah, it's a lot of things you got to weigh here. But if they do have kids, it kind of adds another layer of intrigue to this whole thing.
They're just trying to spin up the kid thing for T'Challa. That's all. It's bullshit. I call bullshit on that one.
So you don't think they're having kids?
I don't give a shit.
I don't think so. Because here's why. If Cap had kids in this past timeline, why would he return to the other timeline? Why would he come back just to hand Sam the shield if he has kids in another timeline?
Maybe he hated his kids.
But
fuck them kids.
Maybe. But you got to remember who we're talking about here. Steve Rogers.
Yeah, the Boy Scout.
The ultimate do-gooder.
Yeah.
Right? You know, Mr. Language.
No.
So to me, I'm not buying that. I don't think he's having kids. I don't think he lived his life with Peggy, had kids, and then decided to abandon them to come back to this timeline just to hand the shield to Sam. I don't know. Sounds a little odd. Doesn't sound Captain America-ish. Speaking of Captain Canada was on the live too, bro.
Yeah.
We had an international live, Adrian.
Okay.
We had Slap in Australia. We had Captain Canada in Canada, and a handful of us here in the good old US of A.
Okay.
We were international.
There you go.
Anyways, moving on. James Gunn is one of those directors that likes to cast his friends in all of his movies, almost like Adam Sandler, right?
And apparently his dog.
And his dog. But you see a lot of repeat actors in his movies.
Sure.
He's not the only one. There's others. There's Martin Scorsese.
Mm-hmm.
You know, De Niro's been in 9 different Scorsese films. Leo's been in 6 of them. Joe Pesci's been in 4. You just see that Quentin Tarantino's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel L. Jackson's been in the most Quentin films, 6 films, from Pulp Fiction all the way to Hateful Eight.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Nolan's another one. Michael Caine's been in 8 of his movies, from starting with Batman Begins. I think Michael Caine's been in every Christopher Nolan movie.
Keaton. You said Caine.
Caine, no, Michael Caine.
Oh, really? Michael Caine.
Yeah, no, not Keaton. Nobody wants that dude.
Multiplicity.
Yeah, speaking of Michael Keaton, Tim Burton, he's been in 2 or 3 Tim Burton movies, Batman, Beetlejuice, and Beetlejuice 2. Johnny Depp's been in 8 Tim Burton movies, from Edward Scissorhands up to Dark Shadows. Mm-hmm. He's the oldest, probably, because Edward Scissorhands like one of Burton's early movies.
Oh, yeah.
Who else? Wes Anderson's another one. Bill Murray's been in 9 of his films. So James Gunn, the people that have been in the most films of his, Michael Rooker, he's the one, he's been in Slither. I've never seen Slither. He's been in all 3 Guardians movies, The Suicide Squad. He's the one who plays Yondu with the Mohawk.
Okay, yep.
And then his brother, Sean Gunn, he's in, I think, 6 or 7, but most of his roles are like motion capture. He did the motion cap, I think, for Rocket and a few other. He's always like the guy playing animals for some reason. Scorsese, like I said, was Robert De Niro at 9. So in the DCU, now that
hold on.
Go ahead. What you got?
Where's the black directors, producers? Not on your list.
No, they're not.
Oh man,
they don't use the same people, dude. They're like
Spike
Lee, maybe.
Yeah.
I guess not as much as these guys.
Yeah, but you got one on there was in 4 of somebody's. I'm sure Denzel's acted in fucking at least 4 Spike Lee's movies.
Think so?
I don't know. Ask your boy, Chat.
Yeah, well, I did. They came up with this.
Our fucking Chat's racist too.
Maybe. When the Twitter AI went, when it got updated, it went all Nazi on everybody. So AI could be racist. You never know.
Let me see.
Yeah, you tell me if we're wrong here, Adrian. But James Gunn, a lot of these movies, or 3 of them were MCU movies. Now that he's in the DCU, we have seen some of these actors move over. We saw Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner in everybody's favorite Green Lantern and Superman. Chris Pratt is one that there was some noise, some rumors about him this past week that he may potentially be playing Batman. Chris Pratt, Adrian.
No.
The good news is that James Gunn already cleared this up. He dismissed that. They did meet, I guess, but he is definitely not playing Batman. Mm-hmm. Now, do you think that there's a place for Chris Pratt in the DCU? Is there a character he could bring to life? He's a talented guy.
He's done well as Star-Lord, right?
Yeah, he did. I think he did great as Star-Lord.
In the DCU, I'd have to think about that. Because to me, Chris Pratt and what's his face that played the guy, the fat neck in Wolverine and Gambit.
Channing Tatum.
Yes.
Yep.
To me, they're kind of like the same people.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to envision them and stuff.
Gotcha.
Not to say that they can't be.
I got one idea. And this comes, I was just looking at like what's been confirmed or at least semi-confirmed from the DCU. How about Booster Gold? Could Chris Pratt pull off Booster Gold?
Yes, he could. He could.
Yeah.
That space time jumping fucking thief.
Arrogant ass.
Yes,
like, yep. So that James Gunn, you can send the check right to me for that one when you cast him as Booster Gold. But thank everyone. Thank you. Thank Batman. Thank Jesus, baby Jesus, all of them. Thank you guys for not casting Chris Pratt as Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Because that'd have been like that shat in church, Adrian. Definitely. All right. What'd you find? Anything on Denzel?
Yep.
How many?
Oh, I'm getting that.
Okay. The other person that has been rumored to play Batman, has expressed interest in playing Batman, is your boy Alan Ritchson from Reacher.
Okay.
Now, I would love to see him as Batman.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like that's going to happen, though.
Of course not.
So the rumor is James Gunn, he's a fan of Alan, right? Alan says he's a fan of James. Now, they did talk. He said words have been exchanged about Batman, but I strongly don't think that Batman is in my future. I do think there is something in my future with DC, and I would like that to remain true. So same question I had about Chris Pratt. Who could Alan Ritchson play in the DCU if not Batman?
Well, they've already casted Superman, so
Yep.
Bane.
Okay. Bane, that's a good option.
That. He could play Killer Croc.
Okay.
Any of the big dudes.
Yeah, true.
You know?
What about someone who he's already played in Smallville?
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Yeah, bring it back.
He looks like the traditional Aquaman.
He does.
And I think he just has this like little edge about him that I think he would add a layer of intrigue to Aquaman.
Yeah.
It would be a nice departure from Jason Momoa was great, but it would be a nice contrast to that. And you got Momoa playing Lobo.
Yeah.
So, and if we're so far, a lot of the casting has been, like off the page of a comic. I think David Cornsweet looks like Superman. Okay. Guy Gardner or Nathan Fillion looks like Guy Gardner. I think they've done a good job. I mean, Nicholas Hoult looked like Lex Luthor. They did a good job of embodying most of the characters. So Alan Ritchson, he has that, and he's already played him in Smallville. He's a lot bigger guy now. Aquaman's a big guy.
Yeah.
I think that would fit.
Yeah.
There you go. 2 for you, James Gunn. All right. Last piece of news, Adrian. Snoop Dogg. You hear about our boy Snoop this past week?
Are we talking about the grandson thing in the movie? Yeah.
Now, there's a lot more to this now. I think a couple things happen here. I think that, and we'll get into what actually was said.
Yeah.
I think that Snoop was on a podcast having some fun, talking some shit. I think he said something that a lot of people jumped on and use it as an opportunity to do what they do nowadays. Let's cancel Snoop. Oh my God. And he went on this rant. I've heard it he said something that was, I think he was trying to be funny, trying to make a joke. I think Snoop's a little bit older. I'm a big Snoop fan. I don't think anyone should be canceled for one fucking thing they said. I think that's ridiculous. And I think what we should do when things like this happen is just look at what happens next. Look at how he responds. If he doubles down and goes, no, fuck y'all, I hate all y'all. Okay. But so what he said, he was on a podcast. They were talking about the movie Lightyear. I've not seen the movie Lightyear.
Okay.
Lightyear is like a Buzz Lightyear origin story. Like if Buzz Lightyear was real type of shit.
Sure.
From Toy Story. Chris Evans actually does the voice. There's a lesbian couple in this movie, from what I understand.
Okay.
It's a kids animated movie. They have a baby in the movie. Not like they birthed a baby, but there's a couple with a baby. So what Snoop said was like, my grandson in the middle of the movie is like, Papa Snoop, how's she have a baby with a woman? She's a woman. And he's like, oh shit, I didn't come in for this shit. I want to watch the goddamn movie.
Sure.
And then just said, she has a baby, they're both women. And he said it fucked them up. Like, I'm scared to go to the movies. Y'all throw me in the middle of this shit. I don't have an answer for it. Threw me for a loop, so on and so on. Now, I think a lot of this is him he's on a podcast.
Sure.
He's making jokes of something.
Sure.
Right? Do I think, Snoop is an anti-LGBT? No, I don't think at all.
Who comes up with that shit?
He's an
anti.
You can't say shit anymore, dude. So it caught him off, and this is what he said after the fact, because believe it or not, Snoop is not an anti-gay or anti-anything else. He got blasted online by I think one of the writers of the movie, all kinds of shit. And then, so he came back, he responded right away. He said, I was just caught off guard and had no answer for my grandsons, which makes sense because Snoop's not gay. So it maybe, and I was joking with you that I'm like, dude, he could have just said bro, they adopted the kid.
Right.
But he didn't have an answer for his grandson in that moment.
Sure.
So this is what he said after. I got caught off guard. I had no answer for my grandsons. All my gay friends know what's up. They've been calling me with love. My bad for not knowing the answers. For a 6-year-old, teach me how to learn. I'm not perfect. Which is like...
Valid.
He didn't like go on, someone said like a rant. He didn't go on no anti-gay rant. He just literally was like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing in this situation.
Right.
Which I
Basically.
think he just more was like having fun. I'm probably just shooting the shit. And then you get someone that has nothing to do with this. I guarantee you the people that got upset are probably not even gay. Don't even that's usually who it is, right? It's some fucking Karen at home going like, what he did? Like,
some pseudo politician or some bullshit.
But I think that Snoop handled it well. I think that, dude, shit happens.
Right.
You're going to say some shit that, like, raise your hand if you've never said something you regretted. No one should be raising their fucking hand.
Right.
You're full of shit.
Right.
But the problem is he's someone who's been, in the limelight for a long time, famous. Snoop's had career heights that people dream of. And any chance the haters can get to bring that person down, they're looking for a chink in the armor.
Right.
But I think Snoop's not the one, dude. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
I think that Snoop's also like 55 years old or something? Like,
I think he's older than that.
Yeah, like it's a different day and age. It's stuff that wasn't in movies back in the day.
Well, black people weren't either.
Exactly.
At least for more than 30 seconds.
There you go. But things change. And you may not know the answer. You grew up in an era where you never saw that in a movie. Doesn't make it right or wrong. It just means it wasn't there.
And I mean, if you don't know how you're going to respond to things until you get into those situations. If you've never been in that situation, you don't necessarily know how to respond.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you can get caught off guard.
Sure.
Easy.
Yeah, so I think they made too much out of it. I respect what he said after the fact. And like you said, dude, teach me. Tell me what I'm supposed to say to that. I don't fucking know.
So, speaking of teaching.
Yep, what you got, bro?
So, we're going to address your incredibly slanted movie producer fucking list over there. So the actors that have shown up repeatedly in a producer's film, right? All your cast is white. I'm gonna bring in the black ones.
Okay.
All right. Well, there's only really one on my list because I didn't prepare for this. I'm sure there's others.
Yeah.
I'm sure Coogler has some cats showing up in their stuff more and more often, right? But anyway, I mentioned Spike Lee.
Yeah.
So not only does Spike Lee have repeat actors in his movies, these are not unknown names.
Yep. Okay.
So John Turturro, he's the most at 9 films.
Okay.
Everything from 89 all the way up to 2008. Sam Jackson, 6 films.
Okay.
Roger Smith, don't know who that is, but he's been in like School Days, Do the Right Thing, Malcolm X, all that shit, right?
Yep.
Ozzie Davis, 6 films. Giancarlo Esposito, right? 4 films. Delroy Lindo, 4 films.
This is all Spike Lee.
All Spike Lee.
Wow.
And then what the hell is and Denzel with 5 films.
Okay.
So, and they coming out with another one.
Yeah.
So I mean,
so he should have been on this list.
He should have been on that list.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Fucking chat. Hey, dude, listen. This is Chat GPT, bro. I'm not surprised.
That reminds me, I got to cancel that fucking account.
You just lost a subscriber. You're gonna get canceled, chat. So add Spike Lee to that list. What the fuck? Anyways, all right, wrapping up. Thumbs up, thumbs down. We had a lot of news, Adrian. We're gonna let everyone know after we sat with it, after we talked through how we feel about each news piece. Okay. Are you ready? We'll take it from the top. All right. You know what? Let's go.
Super source?
No, hold on. Don't hit it. So fuck up my whole. Oh no, it worked. All right. Sometimes it fucking pulls this shit. I don't know. Cut all that out, guys. Fuck.
Language.
All right. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Here we go. Early set photos may have revealed a glimpse of Clayface's face from the self-titled upcoming DCU horror film, September 11th of next year. I'll give that a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Despite the 8+ villains reported to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day, Adrian, most of them are only going to be in an opening montage just to kind of fill us in on what Petey's been up to since everybody forgot who he was in No Way Home. I give that a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Jackie Chan's stunt team is said to be working on Spider-Man Brand New Day. I give that a thumbs up.
Yep.
Just don't do that pole stunt, dude, with the lights. Use LEDs this time now that, with new tech. Mortal Kombat 2 has been delayed until summer of 26 because hear this, the creators say they don't want to compete with a Bruce Springsteen biopic and a Colleen Hoover movie this year. They'd rather compete with Mandalorian and Grogu, Masters of the Universe, Toy Story 5, and Supergirl next year because there's going to be less competition there.
Of course.
Thumbs down. Fucking
bullshit.
Ridiculous. Seriously. Where's that bullshit, but we need that. Steve and Peggy rumored to be, bumping uglies, Adrian. They got some children coming in Avengers Doomsday. I give some thumbs down.
Why?
Because I think it's bullshit. I don't think they're going to have kids because there's no fucking way that my boy Steve is going to leave his kids in the past and come back to this new timeline just to hand fucking Sam Wilson a shield that everybody's going to shit on anyways.
And in the 800 years of Captain America, he's never had any kids from that. I mean, I haven't read all the comics,
right?
All the universes, but I've never seen him with kids.
No.
So why would he have kids in this one?
I don't like it. Just in case anyone here was concerned, we're all going to be okay because they are not casting Chris Pratt as Batman in the DCU. Thumbs up.
Right.
If I had more hands, I'd give it fucking 3 or 4 thumbs up.
Go pet some dinosaurs.
Yeah, do this.
Actually, I actually like him as an actor.
Yeah.
I've seen him in a few things, but
Batman.
Of course. I mean, there's just certain roles you just need to stay out of.
Yeah, and you stay away from that.
It's like putting Chris Pratt in The Godfather or something.
Right. As Michael Corleone. Don't do that. Unfortunately, Alan Ritchson.
Sigliari.
Yeah, no, I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Unfortunately, Alan Ritchson says that after talking to James Gunn, he doesn't think playing Batman is in his future. So I give that a thumbs down, but I'll give it like a thumbs in the middle, even though we're not supposed to do that here. So maybe it's a thumbs down. But I'm going to be slightly positive because I think he should play Aquaman again.
Well, by denying one role, he did not say that he would play nobody.
No, he said he has a future in the DC. So
there you go.
So what are you saying? Thumbs up?
I would still like to see him as Batman.
Yeah.
He would be the proper size, natural, like The Rock was for Shazam.
Yeah.
He would be that Batman that didn't require all the crazy padding and shit.
Okay, that's fair. Last but not least, our boy Snoop D-O-double-G. He had a little issue explaining to his grandson about that some women like other women by watching Lightyear, which is fine, shit happens. And then he came back and he owned it. He said, "Listen, man, I'm not perfect. Right. Teach me. I just didn't know what to do in that situation." So for that, I give that a thumbs up.
Absolutely.
And anyone trying to cancel him, I give y'all a thumbs down. Everybody fucking lighten up, relax. He didn't go on a rant. He didn't do anything anti-anyone. Right. He's a fucking human being.
Right.
Calm the fuck down.
I don't think Martha's gonna kick him to the side and shit.
No, yeah, Martha. Oh, the other Martha Stewart. Yeah. No. It's kind of like if you know. Like people say a lot of shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Why don't we just worry about how those people treat other people?
There you go.
You can say a lot, but what are you going to do when you're around people? Yep. And I think that what we've seen of Snoop Dogg for a long time, he's been doing a lot of good. Right. Fucking get off his ass. Shit. Unfucking believable. It'd be pissing me off today, Adrian. God damn it.
I feel it.
Fuck. All right, we're gonna real quick go through a little bit of Peacemaker. We got a big show today. So Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 2. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. This episode for me did not do it. I was not happy about it, to be honest. It was a letdown, in my opinion.
I saw myself in the future. I was sad after having watched Peacemaker in the future, so I didn't watch it in the present.
I mean, there were some small, there was some shit going on. I just felt like a lot of nothing happened in this episode. I mean, we see early on that economics is now the handler. We saw that, Rick Flag Sr. I think the big thing is Rick Flag Sr. finds out that Peacemaker killed his son in the Suicide Squad movie, right? Adebayo and Chris, they've developed somewhat of a relationship. Not like on some freaky shit, just like they're good friends. She looks out for him a little bit. She actually informed him that Flag was monitoring him. It just was like a lot of nothing. The Eagle wrecked house, that was all right. But I'm like, dude, what's up with Gunn and the animals, bro? We had a lot of crypto, we get it. And now this episode, the name of the episode was "A Man Is Only As Good As His Bird," so I guess it would make sense that the bird played a big role in this episode. Long story short, it felt like a filler episode for me.
Probably was.
Yeah.
The eagle, the fact that he named the whole episode after the bird,
right?
Just reinforces. I mean, the man loves his animals and shit, I guess. I don't know.
And Chris is going back and forth to this, new universe, whatever. And I guess the other part of this episode that was revealed, or the story that was revealed, was that Chris and Harcourt had a relationship in the other universe. Mm-hmm. Like he looked through the other Peacemaker's phone and saw all these pictures of her and stuff like that. So it ends with him sending a text to her in that other universe, like, hey, and then she sends him back a broken heart or something. So it kind of seems like he's going to be spending some time in this other dimension because the life there is better than the one he has. At least he thinks initially. Well, my prediction is, just like a lot of these stories, he's going to find out it's not, and then he's going to miss his real friends back home, Adrian. So for me, I said last week, like 7.88. I give this episode a 5, dude.
Wow.
It was just, it felt like a chore. No, it just felt like unnecessary.
Okay.
And who knows? Maybe there's some shit in here that's really going to show up in the future, but I don't know, dude. The next episode is titled Another Rick Up My Sleeve. So maybe this is where he gets into Rick Flag. I don't know if it's senior or junior in the other dimension.
Right.
So because right now we've only seen good stuff from this other dimension. Dad loves him. Brother loves him.
Right.
But there's still those other motherfuckers out there too.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. They're disposing of the Peacemaker corpse in this, the one he killed at the end of the first episode. That played a little bit. The orgy was over. Mm-hmm. All the naked people were laying on the floor now. And then, Vigilante showed up, and I love his character. I think Vigilante's a great character. But yeah, honestly, I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about it because it wasn't that good, and I'm going to move on. So,
damn.
Yes, and I have another fun segment planned today, Adrian. Okay. It is called the I am trying to find something out. Okay, I'm trying to find out which year in the last 25 years, last quarter century, if you will, was the best year in comic book movies.
Okay.
And we would never be able to guess because I can't tell you what movie came out which year without working with some AI here. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna do this in it's gonna be several weeks. We're gonna go through 5 years a week, and we're gonna pick. This is, I like to just make up the rules as we go here.
Of course. Yeah.
We're gonna look at these 5 years. We're gonna pick the best year of that 5, and then we're gonna set it aside.
All right.
And then we're going to do that until we've gone through all of these 5-year clips.
Okay.
And then we're going to look at those numbers or those years and judge those. Okay. So we're going to start with 2025. And we actually did this last week. So we both said that Fantastic Four First Steps was the best movie of this year so far. Mm-hmm. Well, it's all we got. Your opinion hasn't changed since last week, Adrian?
Nope.
All right. So that won this past year. Or this year we're living in right now. Now, the 2024 list of movies, Adrian, we got some fun ones on here, and we got some bad ones on here too. So, 2024, let's highlight this. Bam. All right. Hellboy, The Crooked Man, The Crow, Kraven the Hunter, Venom, The Last Dance, Joker, Folie à Deux, Deadpool and Wolverine, and Madam Web of 2024.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Not even fucking close. The rest of those are a bunch of bullshit, Adrian. Well, we need that bullshit button.
I didn't even know Hellboy came out last year.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Nope.
I like the first couple of Hellboys. It's pretty cool.
Really? Yeah. I think this is like a reboot or something.
I don't know.
All right. So the best one of that year is Deadpool and Wolverine. 2023, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Marvels, Shazam! Fury of Gods, The Flash, Blue Beetle, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, and something called Nimona. Pretty solid year, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of half and half. The Flash sucked, Blue Beetle was okay, The Marvels was mid, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was great, Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse, amazing. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem was pretty good. Spider-Man easily. Mm-hmm. Now, when we're done with this, we're going to have to pick 1 year out of all of these 5 to move on, okay? So, 2022, DC League of Super Pets came out.
What? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Remember that?
Animated?
Yeah, with the little dogs. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Black Adam came out.
Yep.
Morbius.
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther. Wakanda Forever. Thor: Love and Thunder.
Damn.
Those movies, I didn't recall that we had those two shitty ass movies
in
the same fucking year, dude.
Yeah, but it's also a lot of movies in that same year.
Yes.
I didn't realize that either.
No.
You know?
But those two bad ones, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness, and The Batman.
So I'm going to go with Black Adam. I know you're going to go with The Batman.
Obviously, yeah, The Batman. All right, so we'll give you go Black Adam. All right, 2021, The Kingsman, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, The Suicide Squad, Spider-Man No Way Home, Eternals, Shang-Chi, Black Widow, and everybody's overglazed fucking masterpiece of shit, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh my God.
No Way Home.
I'm going to go with Suicide Squad.
Really?
No, fuck no. No Way Home.
Fuck just happened. Threw me off there. And then 2020, dude.
Wait, hold on. How is The Kingsman that's a comic book movie?
I don't know.
How the fuck is that even on the thing?
Yeah.
I mean, the Kingsman, the first one was pretty cool.
Okay.
But it's basically like an old school British James Bond shit. It's pretty cool, but I mean,
maybe it's based on some graphic novel or something. Who the fuck knows? Or I mean, dude, ChatGPT's racist, and they could have fucked some shit up too. So who knows? And then 2020, the height of the pandemic, Adrian, we had the Wonder Woman, 1984, The Empty Man, I don't even know what that is, The New Mutants, Bloodshot, The Old Guard, and Birds of Prey.
What in the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, that was a bad year. I'm going to say Birds of Prey.
Yeah, let's do Birds of Prey.
All right. Now, of these years, though, we got to pick one winner to move on. So this year was pretty solid.
All right.
Although we only had 4, but I don't think we had a bad movie this year.
Yep.
I mean, Brave New Worlds is, I would say it's mid, but I wouldn't say it's bad.
So Fantastic Four or Deadpool and Wolverine?
No, we're looking at the whole year versus, so what year had better movies?
What movie had better movies?
Yeah, so 25 versus 24, for example.
Got you.
I mean, in 24, the only good movie is Deadpool Wolverine.
Right.
I think 25 was better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so 25 beats 24. Let's go to 23 now. Quantumania was a shit show. Guardians 3 was really good. The Marvels was mid. I don't fuck with Shazam movies. The Flash was atrocious. Blue Beetle was, it was okay, right?
I would go with 23.
Yeah, you think 23 is better than 25? Because, I mean, it has Across the Spider-Verse and Mutant Mayhem.
Right.
And Guardians 3. Yeah, I'm with you. 23. All right. 23 versus 22. You had the Batman, you had Black Adam. But outside of that, I think 23 beats 22. What do you say?
23 versus 22.
You know, I love the Batman, dude. I'm a glazer.
All right, let's go with 23.
23. All right. 2021, you had Zack Snyder's Justice League, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, No Way Home,
23 still.
23. And then 2020 was just pathetic. So right now,
let's just erase that year.
Seriously, forget it even fucking happened. So right now, 2023 moves on to the next round of what year had the best year of comic book movies in the last quarter century? Brand new segment here. Just create up shit as we go, dude.
Make shit up.
We just make it up, dude. All right, another game I made up a while back is called Critics vs. Audience, or I think your favorite name here. What the fuck, Rotten Tomatoes? And this is going to lead to a little bit of a conversation about a movie that, because we're going to start mixing in some more movies. We realize that we have a lot of comic fans. We have a lot of fans of movies, other forms of media. And sometimes we watch movies that are not comic book movies, right? That's fair. Would you say you watch more movies than I do on a regular basis? Just based on our conversations.
Currently, probably not.
Okay, but in history.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm older.
Yes,
so
true.
More time in front of the tube.
But you'll you are less selective. Like, you'll put some shit on, watch it, and be like, that shit sucked, and whatever.
I'm forced to sit and watch somebody else's shit, which mostly happens. Okay. Which sometimes they end up turning out pretty good.
Yeah, and I think that, I said this to my wife, I'm going to make a commitment to watching more mid-movies. Mm-hmm. Because you know me, if I start reading reviews and I'm watching trailers and I'm like, I won't watch it.
Right.
But just because they're mid doesn't mean they aren't somewhat entertaining.
Right.
So I say that to just segue into this segment here. I got 3 different movies. They're all from 3 different eras.
Okay.
The last one came out recently. There's one from the 2000s and there's one from the 90s. And the same concept here with these movies is that there's a disparity, a pretty good size disparity between these movies' critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and their audience score. So, and the way we play the game is if Adrian's never seen the movie, I just step into it. It's like we're a tag team here. All right. So, number 1, Final Destination. Remember this movie?
I do.
This movie, in each of these movies, I think, have a little bit of a twist to them. This movie had a twist, right? We realized that death was a force, a physical force. Mm-hmm. And this guy escaped death because he got this premonition. Right. Not like a Madam Web premonition, like a real one.
Yeah.
And he got off the plane and everyone's freaking the fuck out and the plane blows up, right? Yep. I thought it was an entertaining movie. Devin Sawa played the main character. Mm-hmm. Now, the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes currently is 49%. The audience score is 68%. In your opinion, Adrian, which one's closer to the real score?
Audience,
definitely, all day. Mm-hmm. And I think this is probably a pretty fair rate. Like, it wasn't amazing. It wasn't like a 9 out of 10, but 68%, 6 or 7, you give that movie?
Yeah. They have I don't know if it's a new one, but the latest one that I saw looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I started seeing some of it. It's like they go back in time or something. She starts having premonitions about something that happened in the past.
Okay.
Pretty fucking gory shit still.
Really?
Yeah.
They made a bunch of them. The only ones that I really remember and I thought were decent were the first 2.
Right.
That scene in the second one with the truck on the highway and the logs. Like, every time you see a truck with wood on the highway, you're like, oh shit, Final Destination, get the fuck out of the way. We're all going to die. Right. Doesn't usually happen, though.
Or the one where they were in front of some building and the fucking window pane came and smashed this kid flat. Yep. That was pretty optic.
Yes, absolutely. So that one, you're going audience, I'm going audience. Mm-hmm. Number 2, Dumb and Dumber. You ever seen Dumb and Dumber?
That has one of the funniest fucking scenes in it.
Which one?
When what's his face? He starts screaming in his in the car.
Oh, you want to hear the most annoying
sound? Yeah, exactly. Dude, I rolled for like a minute or 2 watching that. So,
dude, that movie is hysterical, bro. When he sells the little blind kid the bird with the head popped off. It's just taped on and shit. Like, oh my God. And they're so fucking stupid. He's looking at the suitcase. It's a Samsonite suitcase. He thinks it's her fucking last name. Anyways, Dumb and Dumber. The audience or the critic score for this movie is 67%.
Yep.
The audience score is 84%. Adrian, who got it right?
Audience
all day. This is a classic movie.
Yeah,
dude.
it is. It is.
And then last but not least, this is a new movie, a movie called Straw. It's as you know, back in our day, this would have been a straight to DVD movie, right? Now it's a straight to streaming. It's a Netflix movie. It's written and directed by Tyler Perry. I think all the budget went for one actor in this movie. You've seen this movie, right?
Yep.
Is this one you watched on your own accord, or were you forced to watch?
Forced.
Okay.
Yep.
This one, it was when we were having this conversation of, watching some movies that aren't critically acclaimed. Let's just throw some shit on. And I saw some clips of this on TikTok, honestly, before the movie. So I was like, it looked intriguing. Before we get into these scores, actually, no, I don't want to fuck the game up here. Let me stick to my own rules. All right, critic score for this movie, Straw, is 54%. The audience score for this movie is 70%. Who got it right?
I still go with the audience.
Really?
Yeah.
I go with the critics.
Yeah.
I thought it was mid. I did like it. I liked the little twist at the end. I think the acting, it was weird because you had Tajiri P. Henson, who was phenomenal in this role. And then you had just about everybody else who wasn't.
Right.
You had Tiana Taylor as the cop. who was just like, it was okay-ish.
All right.
Some of the dialogue was so bad. So I'm not a big Tyler Perry movie guy. I respect the grind. He's fucking made a phenomenal empire for himself.
Right.
But maybe he's not the best dialogue writer in the history of cinema.
The one thing I agree with all those points.
Yeah.
But the one thing that got me is I always say if the movie engages me, if I buy into the movie, and the one thing that the buy-in this time was it made abso-fucking-lutely no sense that one person could have this many things happen to him in a single day.
Yes.
Like in a single lifetime.
Correct.
Dude. You go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next tragedy.
Yep.
That pissed me off to no end. And then at the very end, I don't even know I had to figure out like which ending happened.
Yeah.
You know, did she have a daughter at some point and she grew up thinking that she always had a daughter, showing up at places at school where she didn't have a daughter? Or did the daughter actually live and then did she died? Or did she actually get killed at the fucking end or not until they walked her outside? It was like confusing. I was just pissed off most of the movie. Okay. Pretty much.
Yeah. So what you're pointing out is how I knew that there was a twist in this movie. Because I'm like, there's no fucking way. Either it's really, really badly written, or because to your point, there's no way all of this happens and everyone she's around doesn't give her the benefit of the doubt. Like nobody at all. There's no fucking way that that's going to happen to someone, to your point. So I'm like, something else is going to happen here. And then there was one point during the bank where she's talking to the bank teller and it goes into like this, not a montage, but like all of a sudden the scene shifts to where she's not talking and you just hear her and she looks confused. And I was like, wait, is she even saying all this shit? I had no idea it was a twist that it was, but I'm like, something's just not fucking adding up.
Right.
And then at least how I interpreted the end was her in the beginning, it starts off with her bringing her daughter to the hospital early on. That during that scene, that was where her daughter died. Everything that happened after that was shit that she made up in her head. Like as far as the dropping her daughter off for school. If you remember towards the end in that flashback, she shows up to the school, opens the door, but nobody comes out. Right. And the teacher's looking at her like, fuck's wrong with this bitch? Right. So all of that was just kind of like made up. So she fucking lost her mind.
So who made the bomb lookalike school project?
The daughter did before this, before she passed.
All right.
Yeah.
So her daughter was actually alive up to a certain point.
Yeah.
Because at one point I thought she maybe lost a baby at birth. And the entire fucking life was made up.
No, the part where she dropped the daughter off at the hospital was legit. That was her daughter. The only thing that happened there the big change was she didn't bring the daughter home. Right. That was all in her head. Yeah.
I don't know, Mike. Sounds like more than 54% to me. I'm just saying.
No, I think it was a balance of good and bad.
Yeah. I can see the overacting and the underacting from everybody else. The guy, her boss going at her. Yeah. That shit was bad shit.
Yep.
Crazy. The landlord, that was bad shit crazy. Yep. The fact that these two guys came in and robbed them while she's trying to just pick up a check, that's bad shit crazy. I mean, she went there for $200 and all this money laying around. She just killed two people.
Right.
Just so I can take the money now.
Exactly.
So what
she's
you gonna do?
Her paycheck.
Right. What are you gonna do? Go to jail for killing somebody and fucking money?
Right.
It was just I was invested.
Yeah. No, I was too. And it reminded me, the thing it has in common with these straight-to-DVD movies is exactly what you see a lot in those movies what we saw a lot was you had one star and everybody else was like fucking drama club actors. Right. But Tajiri was killing it. Some of them were okay. Like the branch manager at the bank was okay. Right. She's like a comedian or something. Tiana Taylor was okay. Yeah. She's probably one of the better but like the FBI guy was horrible. Right. The other cop was fucking horrible.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. The cop that like I'm gonna figure out a legal way to kill you.
Yeah,
and shit. It's like God damn.
Right. Yep. Yeah, and even that the overacting was like, I'm not even believing this, right? Like, I want to be mad for the character, but I can't even believe this.
Right. It's like, I mean, I've seen some, some documentaries or whatever about, angry white people.
Yeah.
That was like, he was like the velociraptor of racist and shit. You're like, damn, dude.
In the challenge, yeah, I'll fucking ram this bitch off the road. Like,
right. And then how you going to have a cop like pursuing somebody down the street to run them off the road to then threaten to kill them?
Yeah, it was
damn.
It was an interesting movie. It was a lot going. See, I'm think 70's a little high, bro. Yeah. Holy shit. But anyways, y'all let us know. Have you seen Straw like us? So you never know what we're gonna talk about here.
You never know.
Never know. So, all right, moving on. A couple more things before we got a hidden gem coming up in a little bit, and we're gonna wrap with some agree to disagree. We're gonna shout out some of the interns and others, and we respond. But
correction, we're not gonna shout out anybody.
No. Shout. Yeah, cut that out. Don't have me sounding all fucked up on here. I have a little Marvel has this show called What If, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna play a game of What If here. You
hate that fucking show.
I do hate the show. I do. So I'm gonna do a better version of What If. All right. And it's based off of a news article this past week. Before Christopher Nolan took over the ship, the Batman ship, back in the old Batman Begins days, we had this movie called Batman and Robin. Remember this? The bat nipples, all that nonsense.
Yep.
And then from that time to the time where we got Batman Begins, believe it or not, that was not the first. That was not the first option for a Batman movie. There was some talks of some other shit in between then.
Okay.
You familiar with Dan Aronofsky, director? Directed Black Swan, directed
no.
the fuck else? Okay. Requiem for a Dream, he directed. So, anyways, at one point, he had signed up to produce a year one Batman movie, co-written with Frank Miller. Now, saying just that, as a Batman fan, it was going to be a rated R take as well. So hearing that, guy who wrote Black Swan, directed Black Swan, Requiem for a Dream, working with Frank Miller, the guy who wrote Year One initially, sounds like shit, a fucking recipe for success, right?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Right off the bat. So I'm going to tell you.
But they went with nipples.
No, this was after nipples. This was supposed to be the in-between. I'm going to tell you what happened, why it didn't happen. So in September of 2000, WB hired this guy, Aronofsky, to reboot Batman with Year One. He wrote a script, co-wrote it with Frank Miller. It was called Gritty and Back to the Basics, okay? So it wasn't going to be a straight adaptation of the comic. It was going to be more street level realism, so on and so forth. So far, it sounds so good. June 22nd of 2001, that was when the script was done. And the project stalled late in 21. WB kind of pumps the brakes on it. And a bunch of different reasons. But there was a creative clash, which happens. We just heard that maybe there was some happening on Avengers Doomsday. So it's a creative clash, and they say that Frank Miller says that, for Frank Miller to say this, it's funny, that Dan's take on this was even darker than his own. And WB wanted something you can take your kids to go see. So that wasn't it, right? So anyways, WB pivots. They want to do a Batman versus Superman. That doesn't happen, so on and so forth. This leads to Christopher Nolan being hired. He does Batman Begins, and the rest is history. But let's talk about the script. So in this movie, in the script for this Year One movie, Bruce actually is not a billionaire. So something happens. He loses his parents' fortune, and he actually grows up on the street. Alfred is a mechanic. They call him Big Al. Batman has a kind of DIY gear, a muscle car, some brutal street fights, a hard R turn or hard R tone to this movie. So it's going to be one of these like departures of Batman. He's not rich. He's not the fucking playboy billionaire. He's some kid who grew up on the streets, and Alfred's a mechanic instead of his butler. That movie never got made. We got Batman Begins instead. So what if, Adrian, what if we got that instead of Batman Begins? Doesn't sound good to me.
Doesn't sound good to me at all.
I'm glad we never got that shit.
Right.
And, I understand in comics, there's several versions of stories. There's several versions. There's offshoots. There's Black Label Comics. There's Elseworlds. There's all these offshoots that they're like, what if? Like the absolute Batman's going on right now. And it kind of sounds similar to this. Batman isn't rich. Alfred, I think, is a mechanic or something. And now Alfred's also a badass. I think it's great to do that in comics because you have mainline continuity.
Right.
You want to read just a pure Batman story, they're there. Mm-hmm. My thing about when they do shit like this in movies is there's only so many movie slots out there.
Yes.
Right? It takes a while to make them. There's only so long these characters are going to be at an age where they could play, or these actors could play these characters. It's very limited. Mm-hmm. So if we only have so many shots to put out these movies, let's not waste it on shit like this. Mm-hmm. Let's see Steve Rogers on screen. Mm-hmm. Let's see Rogue on screen. Let's see these just pure characters. Like, let's just take what we have on the pages of the comics, bring them to screen. So I'm fucking insanely thankful we never got that pile of shit right there.
Right. There's offshoots and then there's departures.
Yes.
Right. And that sounded like a departure because in a movie, potentially it might be 10 years before another of that movie or before a correction comes out.
Right.
Or even just another movie.
Sure.
So now you've influenced basically a generation of movie watchers off of this person, especially if they've never seen this character before.
Correct.
So, departures are bad.
Yes, and that one, it sounds like we fucking dodged a bullet with that one, dude.
Yep.
Holy shit. And I think, Batman Begins I think it's a very underrated movie because everyone talks Dark Knight. Dark Knight's phenomenal. I love that movie. I love Joker, I love Heath Ledger's presence in there. But Batman Begins, in my opinion, is a lot better than Dark Knight Rises. Mm. I think that's a movie that slept down a lot just because of how amazing Dark Knight was. You almost forget that. Batman Begins is a solid fucking movie.
Right.
If that movie didn't do well, if it wasn't well received, we never would have even got to The Dark Knight. But that shit show there, I'm glad we did not see. So, all right, Adrian, this is the time of the week where we get into some comments. All right, we respond, Adrian. Shout out to all the interns out there. Appreciate you guys being members of the Legion of Interns. Number one, we got McSkeeter here. McSkeeter66 says, another great episode. I don't know how I feel about the rumor of Sadie Sink playing Jean Grey in Spider-Man. I feel like that's a lot of things to jam into one movie. Yeah, I'm all for the black suit being introduced, but let's not rush X-Men, please. I'd rather see them introduce Secret Wars or even after. I really hope we get to see Thanos get soul snatched. And lastly, I agree, Sopranos is a better series, but that series finale of Breaking Bad was perfect in my opinion. I wasn't crazy about the ending with the whole, he set up that fucking machine gun and it just, wipes around and kills it. Like, his balls were in the lettuce, dude. It was doing way too fucking much. A lot of people asked me, Adrian, you said The Sopranos wasn't your, number one show of all time. Now, you said you haven't seen all of it, so you can't put it there.
Exactly.
But what they asked was, well, then what is your number one show of all time? Do you have one that sticks out as like Adrian's favorite show of all time? Captain Planet?
No. So again, I'm a big thing on the first.
Okay.
Right? So to me, one of the breakout shows that was the first was The Shield.
Okay.
To me, that set the bar for all these other shows.
Got it.
So it kind of like broke that rated R TV series thing, and then all this other stuff came after it.
Got it.
So I would go with The Shield off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But there definitely have been other shows since then.
Got it. OG's got a couple here. OG, you weren't on the live, bro. You said he was helping his niece move, bro. Sometimes people got to move,
Sometimes.
Let's see. He says that, hear me out, Adrian, about my ideas from Marvel to steal for Blade. Okay, Blackout. The second Blackout, not the first Blackout. Marvel had two Blackout characters, has ties to Lilith. Mm-hmm. And with a storyline like this, you can use Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, or Black Knight, which they wasted in the Eternals, of course.
Absolutely.
Teaming up with Blade to fight Mephisto, Vengeance, Blackout, and Lilith, the final boss. I'm telling y'all, if done right, would be an awesome movie. What do you think about
that? I like it.
I'm down with it. I'll wait for Adrian to read about Blackout like he's like half demon and vampire with the power to turn everything into darkness. I think they tried to use him in Ghost Rider 2 with Nicolas Cage. Okay. He also says, if I was ranking the 4 movies, I'd go number 4, Thunderbolts. Damn, dude. Put Cap above Thunderbolts. And number 2, Fantastic Four. Number 1, Superman. And I'm not mad at anyone putting Superman over Fantastic. Like, I think those two are they're neck and neck. They both were solid movies. Like I said, we ate in July, and now we're fucking starving till next July or some shit.
Some shit.
You know, fuck. Glad Adrian spoke about continuity because Disney damn sure don't care about continuity.
No.
What the hell is AXE, Avengers, X-Men Eternal storyline, and who the fuck knows? And why are they rumored to be making the movie? I hope not. Illuminati popped up again in rumored movies, which I mentioned a couple movies ago. I think James Gunn is counter-programming Marvel. I don't know about that. Maybe. Have you ever seen the Power series or any of its spinoffs?
The show Power?
Yeah. You like it?
I did.
Yeah.
I liked it better before they killed off Ghost. He was definitely the main character.
Yeah.
And it's funny, you know, you get behind the scenes and, you know, they kind of paid him shit. They built this whole empire around him. And then, you know, 50 Cent come out, has his responses to all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that the son was so hated that they hated the actor.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, in
so
real life
a good
and
job.
shit.
Yeah.
Right. And Tommy was phenomenal in the show until he wasn't.
Yeah.
He just became annoying at some point. And I actually saw him at, he came to Mohegan Sun doing some kind of tour. And he was up there kind of rapping the Power song. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And then, you know, the show about the son is like the Huxtables, right? You got the Huxtables, and then the son, the daughter goes to college, so you got to make a show about the daughter going to college. So in this case, you know, the son goes to college, right? And I actually thought that one was pretty good too. I just haven't watched it in a while. I mean, there's been a lot of shit happening.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of movies to review and watch and all this other kind of stuff. I think I actually like what's her face? The crying chick. The queen, they call her the queen or something.
I don't know. I never seen the show.
She's a singer though.
Lala?
No, not Lala.
No.
Anyway, I actually like her better as an actress than a singer. Because she's always crying and shit, you know, talking about her, whatever. So I think the Power series and kind of the spinoffs are pretty solid.
Yeah.
I liked it for a lot of reasons, but pretty solid movie, yep. Show.
All right. I'll check it out. Some people have told me that for a long time to check out Power, but I haven't. So maybe someday. Yeah. Bro, man, so what's up? Y'all, I missed the live. Yeah, you missed it last week, but you were on this week. And he says that also, hearing the Doomsday rumors and shit makes me further believe those leaked concepts art were real. What do you think? We were talking about this a little bit Friday. Remember all those leaked concept art?
Yep.
And then they leaked them. An artist that worked for Marvel leaked them, and then they came out and said they weren't real. What he's saying is they're bullshitting. I think they're bullshitting, dude. I with all the shit we're hearing now, it does kind of line up with some stuff we saw in those. So now I'm with you, bro, man. Maple Grove, great hidden gem as always. Nightwing is my favorite DC character. It was great to see him get shine. Also think Brendan Twats. What'd you say the other day? Twat Waffle?
Twat Waffle.
Brendan Twat Waffle is the most perfect cast for him. And I think that was a great casting, though. However the fuck you say his name. And Brandon, if you're watching, you know, sorry that we called you a twat waffle. You're not. You were great, Nightwing. But that's a show that I think is underrated.
Yeah.
Titans.
Yep.
And his journey from Robin to Nightwing was great.
I'm trying to look up the actress that I'm trying to talk about here. Anyway, continue.
Slapper says, "AY, my guys, Mike, I'm excited to go time travel again for the live this week. No Diddy. It's hard to choose between F4 and Superman, who won this year, but I'd say overall Marvel still won, but DC set a foundation to build on." I agree. They got a lot going on, lot going right for them. Peacemaker season 2, a lot of credit to Cena for taking the Peacemaker character who was rather unknown and established him as a well. Yeah, you got to give Cena credit for that.
Yeah.
Obviously written well, but also the fact that, I mean, he is making you care about someone who no one really gave a fuck about.
Right.
I mean, no one even really knew, for the longest. So
Mary J. Blige.
Oh, okay. She's in Power too?
Yeah.
Dang, yeah, everybody in there.
I think the spinoff.
Got it. One thing I hope James Gunn doesn't do is rush Batman and Superman in the same movie, build it up. I agree with that. Y'all will be proud. I've watched 4 DC animated movies, including Flashpoint, Last Halloween, and Son of Batman. I'm hooked. Those are probably 3 of their best.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. You get into some of their newer shit, you might be let down, Slapper, because holy shit. Need y'all see y'all rankings for the animated superhero. We should do that. Yeah, we should definitely rank because there's some that are really fucking bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. We both dislike Eternals, but you would agree that those speedster scenes were top tier.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree
This is
with
one of the few things they got right in that movie.
Right.
The speedster stuff, and then the size of the Celestials. That was cool.
Right.
And then we see how they perfected that with Galactus.
Correct.
All right. Questions for my guys. I asked this on the live, but wanted to see your thoughts on a potential Deadpool and She-Hulk and Doomsday and how the 4th wall breaking would work. I mean, I think if you have those 2 characters in there, you almost have to have them cross paths, right?
Right. Yeah.
And that way they could do their little 4th wall breaking together, and then it doesn't take away from the seriousness of the rest of the movie.
Sure.
I just finished WandaVision, amazing show. What do you think of the White Vision? Will he be what will he be up to in his show coming up? Dude, who knows? Because he was created as like a weapon. And then that vision that Wanda created ended up giving this vision all of the memories. So he kind of is partly the Vision we're used to, right? It's almost like a reincarnation, but with the memories.
Maybe there'd be a split personality kind of deal.
Oh, where they're clashing.
Duality.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I'm intrigued. That's a show that we don't talk a lot about yet. I'm sure we'll hear a lot more rumors as it becomes closer. But I mean, that show, you have, Vision in there. You're going to have Ultron in there. James Spader's coming back to voice the role. Jacasa's going to be in there. There's going to be human versions of a lot of these AIs. So I'm looking forward to that show. Okay. John Bon Vaughn, I didn't suggest Diallo. I was fucking with him Friday too. It was Night Watch. Night Watch. He said, get my mistakes correct. Yo, he's asking hard, no Diddy, for this hidden gem, Necron and Black Hand. So I don't know, maybe
Necron and Black Hand. All right, I'll write it down.
Maybe where you think we're gonna take John out of timeout? He's out of hidden gem timeout finally. That dude Pablo, all this Spider-Man talk raises a good question. Which is going to be better? Oh man,
hold on before you go. Necron and who?
And the Black Hand.
Black Hand.
Yeah. So he's asking for a prediction. Which one will be better? Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse or Spider-Man Brand New Day? Also, have we listed Spider-Man movies in order? That would be a fun one. No, we haven't. We should do that next week. All the Spider-Man, we've seen them all. We'll rank our Spider-Man movies. You'll have your list. I'll have mine.
All right.
But he's asking for a prediction. Beyond the Spider-Verse or Brand New Day, which one's going to be better? I think Beyond the Spider-Verse. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Yeah. And I think they're both going to be amazing.
Right.
Let's see. Captain Canada AWOP, sup, fellas? I missed TikTok Live. Yeah, but you were here this last one, dude. If Margot Robbie was a great fit in Guns, I think Margot Robbie would be a great fit in Guns DCU as Harley. Just don't bring back Jared Leto as Joker. Y'all, yeah, I'm definitely down with that. Big Power Rangers guy. I agree with the audience score. Wish the suits looked better. RIP JDF. Yeah, I do think that the suits in the Power Rangers movie did look like dog shit. They should have just kept the ones that were in the show. Like, we're used to those. Just make them slightly better material. They put like they turned them into like plastic guards and stuff. They looked a little more bulky.
Okay.
When you're used to them, like the Power Rangers are kind of like lean, little teenagers. Like, and then they got these bulky fucking plastic armor pieces on them. It was ridiculous.
Well, if you can't go stealth black, do body armor.
There you go. Yeah, it seems to be the two options, right? And he says, can we get a post-shower sound bite?
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what that sound bite would sound like, but wow. C. Jason says, absolutely a chance to agree, to disagree, Mike. Bring Margot back. Yeah, I mean, I see both sides. I'm down with it either way, but All right. Let's move on. That is We Respond. Those are the interns' comments on YouTube. We appreciate all y'all checking us out. And everywhere else, too. Appreciate the Spotify. Appreciate everybody on TikTok. We are going to move into Adrian. We have a segment called Hidden Gem here. Who is our hidden gem this week?
All right. So the hidden gem this week, so since we're talking about Robin, the Titans, we're going to stay in that little bubble for a second. So this week's hidden gem is the Beast Boy.
Oh, snap.
Garfield Logan. I've always thought this was an interesting character, but he was always the most, the jovial, the most uplifted part of the Teen Titans, right? Yep. So you got like Raven, who's like dark and moody, and Starfire. She was just, kind of a hoe.
Yeah.
Okay, I take that back. She wasn't a hoe. Her loose. Planet was her culture was such that love was free.
Okay.
Then you had,
you blame her environment. It was how she was raised.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Down with that.
And she brought the Earth, and nobody understood. So, and then you had Nightwing. The brooding boy wonder, growing to be a man, trying to find himself. So out of all of those characters, then you had Victor, Cyborg. Half eaten by fucking alien foam or something, and then Dad turned him into whatever he was, this cyborg, and he's all pissed off about that. So, but out of all of that, Garfield had actually the more tragic childhood, and he grew up, and probably his upliftedness and jovialness was as a result of the trauma that happened in his childhood.
Yeah,
which was, and there's a couple of different versions about it, but basically the one was his parents or some doctors were working with some green monkeys. One of them bit him, and then he started fucking dying. In order to save him, they came up with this concoction, to save him, but it interacted with the green monkey shit. I mean, okay. Simple.
Yep.
I mean, a little bit more exotic than some barrels falling off a truck and blinding some kid and giving you superpowers, right? So, so he grew up with that. So the concoction that they gave him, ultimately turned his skin and his hair green. So he was permanently green. And then, of course, you as a child, you go through you got a big nose or big ears or big feet or, whatever, kids are going to, make fun of you. So imagine everything about you is green, right? So, you go through that trauma. So, but anyway, he ended up with the Doom Patrol, which there's actually also a show about that, where he's in that. What's the guy? I can't think of his name. Brandon somebody. He's like real fat now. He was real popular back in the day.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser plays like the robot. So he was part of the Doom Patrol.
Okay.
And then he ultimately went over to the Teen Titans after all the Doom Patrol people got unalived.
Got it.
Right? So interesting character. Again, so I guess if he was in the Marvel universe, he would be, I wouldn't say he would be at the Magneto or Storm or Iceman level, like one of those, or Sue Storm, those global threats. But, and then there's a latest iteration of his powers that manifested. He would be a pretty awesome mutant, right?
Yeah.
So his powers are, he has the capability to transform into anything that has DNA, right? Real or imagined. So when he first came out, you know how we talked about the women, they nerfed the women back. So basically they were secretaries with a little bit of power, right? Yeah. So when they first made the Beast Boy, he was only able to imitate animals that he could see, right?
Okay.
But it evolved into, not only could he imitate animals that he could see, he could imitate any being that has DNA. or real or imagined. So yes, he could be a snake. He could be a tiger, which seems to be, his most common thing because of the strength and the speed and the stealth and the durability. But he can also become a dragon. He's become a phoenix. He can become animals that are extraterrestrial, right?
Yeah.
He can become things that don't exist, like a dragon, right? He can become part of things. He can transform parts of his body into things. So there's really no limitation. The cool thing about it is that obviously is that he gains the powers. He gains the powers of the animals that he transforms into, but he retains his human mind.
Okay.
So he can understand animals in his human form, but also he can understand humans in his animal form, right? So not only can he turn into animals or things, bugs, whatever, he can turn into a caterpillar.
Yeah.
He can turn into a swarm of bees. He could turn into a virus and multiply himself. I mean, this is fucking pretty awesome. So he can not only can he turn into a virus and multiply himself, he can turn into a virus that contains a contagion that he can then go and infect somebody with. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome, right? So now, and he can maintain his transformations indefinitely, right?
Oh,
so
shit.
Once he transforms, if he wants to stay a fucking tiger, he can become a tiger.
Yeah.
The only downfall about his transformation is that all of his animals are, of course, green. The hair, the hair's green, the skin's green, the whatever's green. So he never lose the greenness. So he can't like truly imitate something and hide amongst those
he can't
things.
really trick you.
No, he can't really trick you. Because he could turn into like this cute bear, but it's green. So the latest iteration, so he got kidnapped by this cat. What was his name? Anthony Lupus, right? So he gets kidnapped and he was put into this cell that was supposed to be able to withstand anybody up to Superman level powers.
Okay.
Right? And the reason that he kidnapped him was because Anthony Lupus was infected with lycanthropy. So he became a werewolf. Okay. So he thought that by kidnapping Garfield, that he would be able to cure himself. However, the werewolf side of him tricked him into making a serum that would make the werewolf side even stronger. So during that process, of course, he's experimenting with Gar. So Gar was able to now turn into this version of a werewolf who actually has Superman level strength.
Yeah.
So this version, this latest iteration of him with when he does the werewolf transformation, he's as powerful as Superman when it comes to strength. So he was able to escape the cage and so on and so forth. But this kid, I mean, even though he grew up from a child being green and being able to transform and all this other kind of stuff, I mean, but he's been people been trying to like take him out, kill him, assassinate him, all kinds of shit, dude. So like people are like constantly trying to kill this kid. So the trauma of a childhood, being a green kid with these powers that you don't really understand, then everybody trying to snipe you while, after you start to understand your powers. I mean, he's going through some stuff, but his power set, I think, is pretty phenomenal. So anyway, that's this week's The Beast, which is a part of, not The Beast, Beast Boy. So part of the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting character. I think that his powers will probably grow. I mean, if you think about it, he can literally be. And also, it doesn't matter how small the size the transformation is. It only takes seconds to do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taxi his body at all.
Okay.
So it's not like,
like a drain on his powers.
Right. It doesn't drain him or drain on his powers.
Yep.
So pretty cool shit, dude.
Yeah. And he's someone that he's a pretty popular character. And what's funny is he's popular with the kids because of that Teen Titans Go show. You ever seen that?
Yes, I have.
I'm sure your grandkids probably have watched it, somebody, but
no, I've watched it.
It's funny, dude.
It is.
It hits that like child humor, like, the cartoons, at least I'm used to as a kid.
Right.
But it's cool because they're actual, the Titans, and it does, in a kid-friendly way, it does kind of stay true to who those characters are for the most part. And he's, we talked about that show Titans with, what's his name, Brandon Twaits, whatever, however you say it, that fella. They did a pretty good job with Beast Boy in that show too.
Yeah.
You're talking about some of these transformations. You got to see those powers, and you got to see him, I think, almost being out of control sometimes during these transformations. This is an early, Beast Boy. This is not a seasoned, hey, I've had these powers for fucking 100 years. This is early on. And his whole dynamic with Raven, that was done really well in that show. That's a show you've not seen. I do highly recommend. It's a shame they canceled it.
Right. I mean, I saw parts of it.
Yeah.
I didn't like the race swap with Starfire.
Yeah.
But I mean, she kind of grows on you.
Yeah.
I really didn't like the kid that played the Beast Boy.
Okay.
But again, it grows on you.
Yeah.
So there were some elements, but really like the Nightwing character, his dynamic with Bruce, during the show. So that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And then Connor, the Superman clone. Yeah. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, the Superboy or whatever. Yep. We saw Crypto in there. Yeah. He wasn't a fucking crackhead dog like this one. But anyway. Well, Adrian, another fantastic hidden gem. It was not Night Watch. It was not Diablo. No. But John Bonvant's out of timeout now. So who knows? Dude, maybe next week. The only way you're going to find out, though, is by returning next week. That's it. One thing we're going to get back to next week is Versus. So we had our boy, I'm going to call him Bloody Knuckles. His name's a lot longer than that. But he was asking about some Versus. And he asked about Kang, Thanos, and I think maybe I added Doom in there. So I think next week we're going to look at the three of those because those three villains are attached to the MCU, right? Okay. You have Thanos was the big baddie, as they call him, for the Infinity Saga. Kang was supposed to be the next up. And then Disney did a Disney move and, shifted focus. Although, forget about all the Jonathan Majors stuff. I do think that Dr. Doom is a better option than Kang to be a villain of a saga.
I agree.
Right? Yeah. But Kang was in that spot for a minute.
Right.
So we're going to look at the three of them. And we'll look at, hey, Kang versus Thanos, Thanos versus Doom, Doom versus Kang. And maybe even some of these variants because there's Doom. Then there's God Emperor Doom.
Right.
There's Thanos, and there's a bigger level of Thanos too, So anyways, that is the three that we are going to look at next week for the Versus. All right, so that is next week, Adrian. The three of those big titans, if you will. We'll find out, if they all broke out in a fight right now, who would take the W? I'm thinking Doom. Maybe I'm a little biased because I'm a Doom fan, but we'll find out, dude. Thanos is no sleeper. I mean, the panel I always talk about, I think we also got to remember is that's like a base Thanos versus top tier Doom. That's why he straight up soul snatched them in a split second. That's not base Doom. That's probably the most powerful version of Doom we've seen anywhere. So we'll see. All right, we're gonna wrap this up with agree to disagree, like we do every single week. Let's see. All right. This is where I throw out a handful of my opinions at you, Adrian. You let me know if you agree or not.
Let's do it.
The real fun, though, is when everyone else out there doesn't agree. Or sometimes they do. They're smart. Sometimes. They do. Sometimes. All right. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Number one, not all of them have been great, but there has not been a bad Spider-Man movie yet.
Agree.
Andrew Garfield was a better Spider-Man than Tobey.
Disagree.
Under no circumstances whatsoever should Chris Pratt play Batman in the DCU or anywhere, in the MCU, in the ACU, in the fucking DC, nowhere.
Nowhere. I agree.
But Booster Gold's a good option.
Sure.
And now that we know Alan Ritchson is not playing Batman in the DCU, he can play Aquaman.
Sure.
This one, Adrian, I'm going to test you here. I know The Matrix is one of your favorite movies of all time.
Yep.
We learned today that Jackie Chan's stunt team worked on that movie. They also worked on Rush Hour. So my opinion today is Rush Hour is a better movie than The Matrix.
Absolutely not.
Damn it. And then last but not least, the best year of comic book movies out of the last 5 years, so from 2020 to 2025, was 2023.
Correct.
Yes. And that's the year that Across the Spider-Verse came out. And just so, I'll do some homework for you guys right now. 2023 had Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, The Marvels, Shazam 2, The Flash, Blue Beetle, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem.
Wow.
No, all of them were not great, but there are 2 that were amazing in there. And some that were mid to, there's some post-shower shots too, like The Flash. But if you look back year by year, and you guys let us know, is there a year you think's better? This year was pretty good. I think number 2 would be 2025.
Sure.
I mean, you got Superman, you got Fantastic Four, you got Thunderbolts, and even Captain America: Brave New World was. I now that the dust is all settled, I'd say it's a mid movie, but it's better than a lot.
Yeah, but also it's a lot within the first half of the year too.
Yeah,
it's like there's nothing. All that shit happened in the first half of the year. There's like nothing after.
Yeah, like did they not know that August through or July through I guess August through December we might want to watch some shit.
I might wanna.
You got Mortal Kombat tucking their fucking tail and running because of the big bad Bruce Springsteen biopic.
Well, there's that, but I don't really consider Mortal Kombat. I think Mortal Kombat is like a separate class than a comic.
Oh yeah, no, it's not a comic movie.
So
but a lot of the same audience.
Sure.
So, anyways, that is agree to disagree. This was only comics. I'm only Mike. That's only Adrian, right? The only Mike and Adrian you really need in your life, honestly. But Adrian, it's been a fun week or fun show. And where you could find more of us, you ask. Here, I know they're asking. They're like, where can we find more? Do we have to wait till next Monday? You absolutely don't, because we will be back on Wednesday.
Right.
On Hump Day, we will be back here. We're going to talk about, we got some wrestling stuff.
Right.
We got some 90s nostalgia stuff. I don't even know if you have something. You always have these hidden like tech things that you're going to wow us with something.
I don't know about wow, but it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And where you can find that is right here, but on Wednesday.
There you go.
Other stuff. Join the internship. Join the membership for all of $4.99 a month. You get that podcast every single week. We're doing double duty, dude. We're double humping in here. So anyways, Adrian, thanks for coming out. Absolutely. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in a couple days. And if you don't join us, we'll see you next week right here on Only Comics.
Peace.